suits. Why the fuck would I do that? See the shit he wears before games?
I thought he just wore his jeans.
Dude, he like the thing he wore, I think it was before the Cowboys game. Someone said he looked like the floor at a movie theater in the 90s. Like it was just black with like horizontal, just colorful lines.
To the
like
Cowboys
shit.
game?
I think he wore it to the Cowboys game. Or it might have been the game against us. Either way, the dude dresses like a clown.
Flyest dude in Cincinnati, probably.
That is a low bar. If he doesn't have track marks, he's the flyest dude in Cincinnati.
I've never been to Cincinnati.
Nor should you. It's a terrible place. People who live there don't want to be there.
Cleveland is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, right?
Yeah, and at least Cleveland like had LeBron James for a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, longer than a little bit. He played there probably for a total of 10 years.
Was it Bill Burr that like he had the stand-up routine that is like everybody hates LeBron, and then like the worst thing he wanted to do is leave his hometown?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the worst thing you can say about him is that he got fed up with Cleveland. I mean, I think the way he went about it wasn't great, but even so, he generated a ton of money for charity doing what he did. So.
I forgot what I don't remember the numbers because it was a long time ago. He was still in Cleveland, but it was something like the amount of tuition that he paid for elementary kids and stuff like that was off the charts.
And then he went back and won a championship for him.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland, like they should be grateful to that man for the rest of his days. Rest of their days too, till the end of time.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I think LeBron has made a point of saying, he's like, everyone says I'm from Cleveland. Dude, I'm from Akron.
Is that worse?
Yes. Yes. It's not Cleveland. To put it like that. Like,
I don't know anything about Akron. Don't they have like a college with the Rockets or something? The
Akron?
Rockets from Akron?
Oh, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's not as. I'm pretty sure Cleveland's a little nicer than Akron. So like when.
What is nicer in Ohio? Is it like they have 4 Chinese restaurants instead of 2?
That's a little too multicultural for Ohio. I think having a Domino's is about peak cultural integration in Ohio. My dad's from Ohio.
I was gonna say, is it nicer than Shadyville?
A shady side, yeah. Which, I mean, Shadyville.
Isn't that where fucking Buffy fights all the vampires?
In Shady Side, Ohio? Could be.
Well, it was definitely in California, but I thought it was Shadyville or something.
Oh, really? I forget. I don't know. But
I watched it 10 years ago, I think, was the last time I watched Buffy.
I never watched Buffy.
No, I got into Buffy. I got into Josh Whedon, like, when The Getting was good, right around the first Avengers movie, and I think I got out before it got bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Around the Justice League movie.
Well, I mean, I would argue that he had his fair share of stinkers before. Like, the guy did Alien Resurrection. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, but there's a difference between making a bad movie and then being canceled for being sexist.
I would have canceled him after Alien Resurrection. Like, just like it's that bad. If a dip in quality could be, you know, compared to being morally repugnant, that's the dip. That shit makes Alien 3 look awesome.
What is like probably like a movie series or movie something that you looked up to a lot as a teenager, and then you went back and was like, "This is pretty bad."
That's pretty bad. That's a good
because I feel like everyone gets all of us are like the film review nerd culture thing part of. But like most of us got into Tarantino, and then somewhere else, like they were like, "This is awesome," and then you rewatched it, and it was like, "Oh, that was not."
I'm proud that I was never a big Tarantino fan.
Oh, really?
I'm proud of that fact, because like, he's made some stuff I like, but like I'm not a big fan of Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained or Kill Bill.
So, like, were you? Did you ever take a step towards being like a cinema guy, or no? I know you're opinionated, but I don't know if you ever were like, I care about the Oscars this year.
I used to kind of care about the Oscars. I think when I was in high school, I probably cared about them more. I don't care about them now, because I mean, I found out like Harvey Weinstein was just like raping people and paying people under the table to get shit nominated. So I was like, fuck that. Like, who cares? Oh yeah, you want to be in my movie? You want an Oscar, don't you? That's what he was doing. It's fucked up.
I mean, I thought he was just busting nuts and potted plants.
I think you're thinking of Louis C.K.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think Louis C.K. had that pull with the Oscars.
Them rich Caucasians look the same a little bit.
Louis C.K. is he claims to be Mexican. I don't know how true it is.
Most Irish-looking Mexican I've ever seen. Not denying it, but I was surprised when I heard
What's
that.
her name? Halsey? Hazel? What's the artist's name? Hazley?
I think there's a Hazley and a Halsey.
Halsey. She says she's half black, but when you see her, apparently she's half black, but when you see her, she's Caucasian. She looks Caucasian. I'm just like, surprise, surprise. She's Louis C.K.
And I'm trying to think of like,
This one?
Yeah. Now look at her.
Maybe. She like South African or?
She's black. She's half black.
there, Isaiah
He's
Hart.
blacker than her. He looks like Popeye.
I think everyone who's had Popeyes likes it. There are just some white people who are afraid to go in there because they're bigoted and stupid.
Batchy. That guy.
And I know we've been like joking about like the CEO shooter, but I thought it was really funny because he got snitched out at a McDonald's. That I saw somebody tweet out like if it was a Popeyes, they would have helped him hide the gun.
Oh yeah, I've had some wild times at Popeyes. There was one time I went there. I was mistaken for a drug dealer. I think I've told you that story.
Yeah.
And then there's another time I went in there, went inside, and there was just a dude walking around the back who was not wearing the uniform, the employee uniform. So I assumed that maybe he was just like a friend of someone who worked there. Maybe he was like picking up a video game or something because he looked like pretty young. And then, well, I'm kind of waiting at the register. This woman comes out who works there. And she looks at this dude. She's like, "Hey, what the fuck I tell you about coming back here?" And pretty much just like chases him out of there. And the guy he kind of is just like, it just kind of shuffles out.
Yep,
and then,
Well, bro,
and then turns to me. "Sorry, baby, what you want?"
somebody in the comments brought up like Halsey's dad looks hood black. I don't know about that description, but he is definitely black.
Oh shit. That's fucking
Uncle Phil.
no, that's Boys in the Hood. That's his daddy.
So who's her mother?
I think she's the lady there.
Oh, okay.
Chris and Nicole. Frankenbane. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was shocked when I found out basketball player Isaiah Hartenstein is black. Did you know that?
No.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah. Where is he now? I think he's on the Thunder
Oh,
now.
what?
Yeah, he's black.
He's got red hair.
I know. Yeah, he's black. I think his dad is black, and when you hear him talk, you're like, "Oh yeah, no, he's black."
All right, I gotta figure that. I gotta hear like an interview.
Or like if you go to YouTube, I think there's a podcast with him and Josh Hart, and Josh Hart talks about finding out that he was black. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let me let you guys not see me sucking at using an Apple product. All right. It's loading. It's loading.
Honestly, it was hard. I was in a situation. I love my teammates out in New York. I really appreciate what Titties and Leon did for me, and the fans in New York were showing a lot of love.
He's adopted.
No what?
If we pull up see if you can find the one with him talking to Josh Hart.
Josh Hart.
Yeah, if you type like Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein.
See,
Basically, Travis Kelce.
No.
Travis
Kelce.
Travis Kelce went white. to
Jalen
black,
and Josh.
to white.
Travis Kelce code switches.
Exactly.
Isaiah's just himself.
I have a great relationship, obviously, with my dad. And I
Oh, yeah,
feel
that's
like if on the court, my dad said something to me and like started barking at me, I would bark right back.
There's a lot of practices. 'Cause at the time, it was funny that we were still living in the same house.
That comment.
So-
Look at that young black man.
So there's practices where I was pissed, or when he was coaching me, he coached me afterwards for a long time. Where I was pissed, where we wouldn't talk for like 3 days because I'm
this
still
isn't the
mad
clip
at what
I
he
saw,
did at
but still
practice.
funny.
So I'd mostly go home
Because I
probably
think
play with my
I think
mom.
Josh Hart asks him like, "Did you notice that your teammates started talking to you differently when they found out you were black?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Race. It says it's German American from Ohio. I'm from Oregon. From,
The African Americans. Yeah.
oh wow. His parents met. Oh, okay.
I didn't say African American. I said black.
Okay. I'm gonna type parents and see what comes out. Ah, that's like barely.
Very specific. I don't want to get into it with the black community.
You sure he's not step black?
Do you call black people who've only lived in Europe African American?
No. I was just. I'm just confused by the because even his dad doesn't look super, but yeah.
Why you gatekeeping, Marco?
I'm not. I'm just confused. Who decides who's black? I don't know. He does, not me. Anyway, to go back to the movie thing, like I got really tired of Kevin Smith making movies about making movies.
Oh, that's a good one. I like Dogma a lot as a kid, and I think if I watched Dogma now, I'd be like, nah. I think there's still some elements to it I like, but I also going to Catholic school. I have a soft spot. What is that noise for? I have a soft
The
spot.
skirts are dope. No, I'm playing.
I have a soft spot for making fun of religion. That's why I like Little Nicky. I can't defend that movie on any conceivable level whatsoever.
I mean, I like Little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
I like Little Nicky because the two metalheads are funny in it.
Yeah, I mean, Little Nicky makes me laugh. I can't defend it. If someone's like, "Are you mentally challenged?" I'd be like, "Maybe." I like Little Nicky a lot.
I like Kevin Smith. I'm with you, Joey. I like when he does the stand-ups or talking about making movies. But that dude has made 3 movies about making movies. Zack and Miri Make a Porno,
Which is a bad movie.
Clerks 3 is actually about making a movie.
I've not seen Clerks 3.
And then I think 2 of the Jay and Silent Bobs are also about making a movie.
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, I think that's
Yeah.
part of it. That movie stinks. Clerks 2 stinks. Tusk stinks. He's also just a bad director. Made Cop Out. Let's not forget that.
Oh, with Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, and Bruce
Well, he
Willis.
blames the studio for Cop Out being bad. I don't know how true that is, but I do know I did pick up because I listened to the director's commentary. Him filming a movie was just putting the camera and being like, say my lines as funny as possible.
I blame the studio for hiring Kevin Smith to make that movie because that movie sucks. And Bruce Willis, I remember Kevin Smith was talking shit about Bruce Willis, saying he was to work with. And Bruce Willis was like, "Yeah, I lost my temper at him because he didn't know what lens was on the fucking camera."
I had never heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard only Kevin's side of the story.
Yeah, like, don't listen to a stoner loser's side of the story and stop there. Because that's what Kevin Smith kind of is. I mean, everyone's like, I like him when he's, just like dicking around, whether he's on stage or on a podcast.
Yeah.
There's no craft there. Let's talk about him as a filmmaker. He kind of sucks. He never grew up. Bitch.
Well, I think he
I
think he grew up when he almost died. At the very least, I'll give him that.
No, he shrank. He's the opposite of growing up. Remember when he got kicked off the plane for being too fat?
Yeah. Too fat to fly.
Yeah.
That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch that chick flick that he was in?
Kevin Smith?
Jennifer Garner.
Degrassi?
Do you remember the name?
Catch and Release.
What was it called?
Catch and Release.
It
Catch and
says
Release.
Jersey Girl when you type.
That also. It's very good. I'm bringing it up. That's what I think of when I think of Kevin Smith, because I think that was the first thing I ever saw him in.
It's not a classic. No.
Oh shit, he is in Catch and Release.
I don't need to catch that.
We're watching.
Release it. No. We will not.
Kevin Smith just acting. Even when he's in charge of the movie, he's like, I'm going to give myself the character with no lines.
Yeah. I'm going to exert as little effort as possible when making this film. He's the George Lucas of comedy. The guy does not work hard at all.
Now, if I'm wrong, correct me, but isn't at least George Lucas really great at making effects and stuff? That's why Star Wars was originally so great.
I think George Lucas, like, based off watching interviews with him and the making of a lot of the Star Wars movies, I think there was a time when he definitely valued story over effects.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was an idea guy that benefited very much from having someone there to say, like, oh, that's great, or nah, not so much, because his wife is a big reason why the first Star Wars was good. Mm-hmm. His wife was the editor on that movie.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, he had next to nothing to do with The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. Like, he came up with the basic story of those movies, but like when you watch Empire Strikes Back right after you watch A New Hope, it's striking how much better just the filmmaking is. The way it's shot, the dialogue, just the way the story moves. The pacing, yeah. Everything about it, even the acting is a lot better in Empire Strikes Back.
Well, there's something about, because I've always seen all the nerdy shit that there was in the History Channel and the Sci-Fi Channel about, like, oh, he studied a hero's journey. He got all these different archetypes, mixed it all together. Watched samurai movies for days before he came up with the Star Wars script.
Yeah.
And then, like, for the prequels, it was just kind of like, I don't know, I guess this makes sense. Metachlorians.
Well, he didn't...
Because metachlorians are only mentioned in the first movie. They never talk about it again.
They bring it up in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, they do?
They bring it up in the opera scene, and it's infuriating because you didn't need it in there.
I forgot. That's movie 3.
Yeah.
So it's 1 and then skip.
The line that Palpatine says when he's talking to Anakin at that stupid jellyfish opera. It's like, yeah, it's like a giant snow globe that they're watching.
Yeah, I think he's like grabbing by the pussy.
So Emperor Palpatine is telling Anakin how to sexually harass people at the opera. No, that whole movie sucks. But he what's the line? He says something about it's the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's a lore dump, and you know me, I fucking hate lore. It ruins everything it touches. But yeah, what's the line? It's like he learned to use the Force to influence the Metachlorians to create life. Why not just say use the Force to create life? No, you had to throw Metachlorians in there as a big fuck you to the audience for not liking your dumb idea in the first place.
I've never seen Catch in the Release, and I just got taken aback because I'm like, if this movie is about 3 dudes fighting for Jennifer Garner, and you have to choose between Kevin Smith and Timothy Olyphant, it's pretty easy who you pick.
Yeah. I'll take the guy that doesn't have Cheeto dust on his hands. Thanks.
I don't think they're not fighting over her. It's like more like they're friends of someone who died, and so they all like kind of come together.
Well, that just got way sadder.
It's not a very happy movie.
It doesn't sound like I'd be very happy watching it.
It's a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.9 on IMDb, and 43 on Metacritic.
It might be different.
I'm not gonna waste a good high on this piece of shit. I'm not.
I got super high. I don't even remember what it was called, but Episode 9 of Star Wars.
Oh, is it The Last Skywalker, I think?
I guess so.
Rise of Skywalker. That's right, because The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. Those movies stink, too.
But I got really high for it, and then I sobered up in 5 minutes. It was the weirdest thing where I was just kind of like, I'll get really high, even though the movie's bad, I'll have a cool light show to watch.
No.
I sit down in the chair, and then it just shows the test tubes that were like, somehow he survived. And I was just like, oh.
Oh, that was... I knew that movie was garbage. Like, even the opening crawl, I was like, I don't like the look of this. I don't like the look of these words that I'm reading right now. And then as soon as I saw the big old jar full of Snokes, the jar of Snokes, the character from the last movie, they got cut in half in the least surprising twist in recent memory.
What was the name of the Star Wars where before the last one, The Rise of Skywalker?
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, right?
Yeah.
So I too did get high with a friend of mine, and I guess the gummies was too high because I fell asleep through like majority of it. But the one part that I actually woke up on was when I saw Princess Leia flying. I said, bitch. I said, when did she started flying again? I said, yeah, man, I felt good about the gummies than I felt about the movie. Like, I did not want to rewatch the movie again. I watched it again after I was sober.
Yeah.
I just said, I'm not watching this.
That movie was made by a director that hates Star Wars, and I kind of like him for it, but I'll never rewatch it.
Yeah, I really liked The Force Awakens a lot. And everyone who says it's just a remake of A New Hope, I say yes, it is. And that's fine.
It's so crazy that Rian Johnson
did The Last Jedi. Yeah.
made The Last Jedi, but he made Glass Onion, which is good.
Yeah, he made Knives Out.
Which
I like a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy that, and I think somebody I forgot who said it was like Disney has a chokehold on their producers, so that's the reason why it doesn't come out good. Mm-hmm. I said,
I just thought at least they would have a plan for the first three, or for the three movies. It literally went one way, another way, and then back.
Yeah. I think the issue was like the first one, The Force Awakens. It was written by Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote The Empire Strikes Back, so he kind of gets like what it is about Star Wars that people like. The dynamic of the characters is a big reason why people like Star Wars. You watch Empire, that's all that movie is.
Yeah.
It's Leia and Han arguing and falling in love at the same time, and it's great. It's Luke struggling with kind of being a bitch. But it's, yeah, and when you watch The Force Awakens, narratively, the story is very much A New Hope. Again, is them trying to stop another Death Star. But the character dynamics are really interesting. I like that they do not treat Kylo Ren's identity as a twist at all in that movie. It's just like, no, they just say it's Han Solo's son. It's Ben. And I like that a lot because rather than making a shocking, like, which you can't do that again. They did that in Empire and it works really well. In The Force Awakens, I like the characters being motivated by that, and it informs the characters a lot. So they had a guy, Lawrence Kasdan, who came in and wrote that one movie, and that guy clearly has an understanding of Star Wars. And the next two movies were written by people who don't get why people like Star Wars. And it was done kind of in a way where it wasn't like... I didn't think The Force Awakens was putting the old good movies on a pedestal either.
Yeah.
It kind of ignored the prequels, which I don't know why people feel the need to be reminded of those movies.
Was it episode 7 or 8 where they blow up the council?
Oh, that's in The Force Awakens, which it looks like they just blow up a prequel planet, which I loved. I was like, yes. I don't want to think about those movies anymore. I do not want to be reminded of them.
I just remember somebody's review of it being like, J.J. Abrams said, "Fuck those movies."
Yep, 100%. And I also get annoyed when people are saying like, "Oh, I've said this before. Like, look at me like you old man. You just like those old Star Wars movies because you were a kid when you saw them." Dude, I was 9 when The Phantom Menace came out, and I didn't like it then.
I didn't watch the first Star Wars, so I was like good in my mid-30s.
Yeah?
Yeah. I still don't want to watch this. Star Wars never excited me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just... I mean, more power to you if you like the lore, you like the movies and all that shit.
Well, I don't like the lore.
Well, here's the thing. I watched it in the wrong order. I watched it when Skywalker not Skywalker. What's his name?
Anakin.
Anakin becomes
Darth Vader.
I still watched the prequels first.
So I watched the prequels first by accident because my best friend loves Star Wars, and we went to watch it together. I was like, what is this? And he's like, okay, let's watch the first Star Wars, and then you can go from there. I said, okay. So as that Star Wars is going, I'm cleaning my apartment. I'm not even paying attention. He's like, are you going to at least sit down and watch? I said, no. We stopped watching it at a certain point. But I just never got into it. And at some point, because it's like, how many, 10 total?
There's the 9 main movies, then there's Rogue One.
And then there's Han Solo too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Han Solo.
But
Solo, I never even saw Solo.
I never saw Solo either.
And I was just like, oh, okay. But at some point, I'm gonna watch it in chronological order.
Yeah,
I do want to go to the
know
movies
when,
soon. I don't know if I need to wait till Christmas based on how busy my schedule is, but I really want to go see Werewolves.
Is that supposed to be good?
It's supposed to be fun. It's probably on the same level of Abigail, if you saw that.
No, I did not see Abigail.
Abigail was fun.
I saw Megan.
That was all right.
Megan was fun. But
I don't know how Megan compares to Abigail. I like Abigail a lot more, but JJ has this problem with Abigail where it's just like there's a twist that it was like, well, if you don't know about the twist, it's dumb.
Yeah.
And if you do know about the twist, it kind of ruins the twist that like they're avoiding for 30 minutes of the movie.
Is it that the little girl's a vampire?
Yep.
They showed that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the twist.
Oh.
Well, that was the twist that JJ had a problem with.
Oh. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Rogue One either.
I like Rogue One.
I don't give a damn about any of those characters in Rogue One.
Damn it, systemic racism.
They don't have any. They don't have any lore, Gertz. You should love them.
All Rogue One is just. It feels like I'm watching a movie of lore.
But there is no lore.
Yes,
you
there
don't know
is.
anybody's backstory.
That's all that movie is. How were the Death Star plans stolen? Here's lore. Fuck you. I don't care. I only cared about one character in that movie, and it was the robot. The
robot was pretty dope.
The robot is the only character in that movie whose death actually felt like anything.
I will say that the ending when Darth Vader comes out and his saber lights up, that was a super cool scene.
It is.
That was like a horror movie.
Actually, I love Rogue One. Rogue One's my favorite Star Wars movie. I love Andor a lot, the TV show. I don't give a fuck about almost any of the other Star Wars things.
Have you seen them all? Okay. Empire is definitely my favorite.
Empire would be like
But
third.
have you seen Spaceballs?
I actually added that to my list of movies I need to watch. It's like I have so many fucking movies I need to watch, and I'm never gonna get to it. Probably not.
Not
Anytime
with that
soon.
Well, between now and Thursday, I need to see a Spanish movie so we can talk about it on Masamentals. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, Spaceballs after Adam Sandler's shit.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show. Do 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 do.
Tommy's building a fence?
Yeah.
That sounds like the title of a Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry's Tommy's Building a Fence.
I'm making Tommy like Huckleberry Finn.
Conning people into painting the fence for him. That nigger built my fence!
Good
We're
evening.
starting the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Commitment to Mexcellence. We started in the middle of a draft.
Build me a raft! Oh, God.
My name is Marcus. I'll be your host today. Join me across from me. We got Gertz and Jordan.
Hi, everyone.
Making fun of Tommy building a fence somewhere.
I'm not making fun of Tommy for building a fence. That's just a funny thing to say. Tommy's not here because he's building a fence. I was not expecting to hear that sentence tonight.
Well, it's kicked off the party with a fun start like Jordan. This was not as much fun as he told me.
Yeah. Tommy's getting people to paint the fence for him.
Don't tell me about Tommy and the goddamn fence no more.
Oh man.
Well, we're gonna start where we've started probably the last 2 or 3 shows. I actually don't know.
I paid him $50. He ain't paid my chickens. He ain't feed my chicken seed. That's how I figure people in LaGrange talk. I paid him to come over and fix my fences and paint it red, and he fucked up. Don't bring that Negro.
I didn't go where you went. I didn't go where you went, but I had this really funny image in my head of Tommy walking around LaGrange with a little red wagon.
Tommy got on overalls.
No.
Tommy is the main character in Get Out, LaGrange. Get out. Get out. No. We love you, Tommy. Ooh. I need to breathe. Ooh. I'm talking about my friend like that.
I just have a hard time imagining Tommy doing physical labor.
Apparently, he's really good at it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, he's getting hired to build fences. I can't build a fence.
You just started gardening. Like you'll get there.
That's not building shit. That is putting water on dirt and waiting.
Isn't that how you build a fence?
I've been watering this fence for weeks, and nothing's happening.
No, call Tommy.
Tommy, I need your help. Walks on over with a wagon.
I'll build your fence in like 2 weeks.
Oh man.
Okay, we gotta get off Tommy, man. You can't get off Tommy.
Well,
I'm driving Miss Daisy back and forth. Okay, next. I'm not looking at the chat.
Well, we're beginning where we always begin, with college football, or at least where we've started the last 3 weeks. And before we get to the playoffs, any of the other stuff, somebody might be coming back to coaching.
Oh yeah, yep. Bill Belichick's done with his 20-year-old girlfriend, I guess, and wants to coach 20-year-olds.
Well, he can't multitask. He can do both.
He's about to have his 20-year-old girlfriend going around high schools and be like, "Hey, like, do you want to come have a meeting with my dad?"
With my dad. We're fucking.
Duke the Ronin said he got hired already. I hear rumors that he got hired. I haven't seen it officially said that he got hired. I heard, and this was on one of the articles I just clicked on, he had a Bible of demands for the
I heard that. It was like a 40-page binder, just being like, "This is what I want. This is how I want things done."
Not playing Bon Jovi at 9 a.m. Being one of the options.
I go to bed at 6.
Go to bed at 6. I want my dinner by 5 o'clock.
Oh man, this is a funny article while I'm looking at it. I don't even know who Ross Tucker is off the top of my head. But he's a former Patriots player, and he says that
Bill Belichick, North Carolina, The Athletic, within the last hour, said Bill Belichick is considering an offer to become the next head coach at UNC. What do you make of this whole thing, and do you think Bill Belichick would and could be a good college football coach?
Well, so based on my experience playing college football, which is not the current era, and based on my experience playing for Coach Belichick, which was, almost 20 years ago, he would be probably by far the worst college head coach I could ever imagine.
Wait, but who is Ross Tucker?
I don't know who Ross Tucker is off the top of my head.
Yeah, pull up his stats.
It's like asking Ron Harper how he think about Michael Jordan. Bitch, who is you? He better not be the cook.
Ross Tucker is a guard.
He's a guard.
Ain't nobody heard that nigga. You heard him?
He went to Princeton.
Who cares?
I haven't heard of many guards, to be fair, in the NFL.
Exactly.
He played with the Cowboys. Oh, in 2002. Oof.
Yeah. How many years was he in the league?
2001 to 2007. So like
6 years.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This counts the practice squad. So yeah.
Yeah.
He only played 42 games, which is like 2 seasons almost at this point.
Back then, that was closer to 4. Yeah.
I agree with that.
He said something really interesting on Pat McAfee, that the NCAA is going the way of the NFL when it comes to how programs are run, and that you could get ahead of it with these kids to get very well prepared for the NFL. Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I think preparing these kids for the NFL is actually a good idea. I actually think he'll be a good coach. I mean, 5-time Super Bowl champion.
I don't know how
Recruiting sucks.
That's the thing, that you are recruiting year round.
I was going to say, I think this is going to be a disaster.
I don't know if anybody's figured.
Trying to keep the white man down. Like he's trying to be successful.
I don't know if anybody's figured out the system, especially since they just expanded the playoff and NIL is only 2 years. No one's figured out how to be a good college coach yet.
Yeah.
Here's my question, and I want to hear more about your thoughts about him being a horrible coach. Like, it might be a bad situation, but do you think that it's easy to go from college to pros or pros to college as a head coach?
I mean, it seems to me that it's easier in college, because we've seen a lot of college
coming from college to the pros.
I think it's easier to coach in college than it is in the pros. Because we've seen good college coaches go to the NFL more often than not and fail and go back to college.
So
more often than not, there's the Jimmy Johnsons, there's success stories, but generally speaking,
and then the opposite of that would be Nick Saban.
Yes, yeah.
So going off of that, before you get into your stance on Bill Belichick,
yeah.
How long will you give it? Well, maybe he's a special difference. Jim Harbaugh,
yeah.
Right? How long would you give him before you say, okay, he's not successful at that level? Because he is special, because he actually did coach in the NFL, went to the Super Bowl.
I give him 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Shit. Okay, so count this year and then next year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, because what is Bill Belichick like? What was he great at as
defense?
A head coach?
I think
defense, which he was great at, and being like preparedness. Like the Patriots under his watch were always super prepared, very good situationally. You know what he was awful at? Cultivating talent, eyeing talent, recruiting talent.
Well, that's the quote here in the I'm not going to play the whole 2-minute clip to know where he said it.
It's a different skill set than the NFL.
The idea of this guy going around recruiting, going into the living room of some 17-year-old, like, I could not see Bill Belichick doing that.
Hell no.
Yeah.
And you think he's going to like have success with the transfer portal the way Deion did? People love Deion Sanders. People don't like Bill Belichick.
We say that now. But watching the Aaron Hernandez when he playing John Bon Jovi in the office, that
I thought that shit was AI when you. I was like, what the hell is this?
I mean, I can see a little bit of personality sticking through, and the commercials he's doing is a little bit funny. So I think that will shine through. But again, it's recruiting year round.
Yeah,
he might hire people to actually do that for him.
Maybe, but.
Because I don't see him going to these people's office with these cut-off sleeve sweaters.
Juke the Ronin is trying to, like, because earlier I said I don't think anybody's figured it out. He says Dan Lanning in Oregon has. Oregon hasn't won yet.
Yeah.
And you have to probably win multiple championships before I can say you figured out how to coach at the college level.
Yeah, I mean, when we got more Matt Rules and Cliff Kingsbury's, I mean, he went to a coordinator role, but he's not a head coach.
He's definitely not a head coach.
Yeah, then we do Jimmy Johnson's.
Yeah, and it's just kind of one of those, like Nick Saban is an example of somebody that figured it out. Like, Nick Saban's third string in Alabama could probably beat, like, a Pac-10 school, honestly, at that point. But now that we're here, we're at this point where nobody has figured out NIL. Nobody has figured out how to keep your talent because, like, so Texas Tech, for example, we had our first 5-star recruit, but he was a freshman. so he didn't get much playing time.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 to 4 wide receivers that play. So I think at the end of the season, he only played something like 30 plays or something like that. So he was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, what are you supposed to do if you're a coach? Do you play your best players? Do you keep these people that are being offered more? Because at the end of the day, they still are getting calls from other colleges that are like, oh, they're paying you $200,000 there. Come to North Carolina, we'll pay you $400,000 or $500,000. Like, it all depends on. Yeah. I think Texas A&M, like, they were playing their players like NFL money.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, the whole Patriot way. Can we just acknowledge that was Tom Brady?
No.
Why not?
Because the Patriot way was more than just Tom Brady. Tom Brady was the apex, but it was more than just Tom Brady. It was Bill Belichick too. Aaron Hernandez. Gronk. Yeah, it was more than that. Malloy. Troy Brown. What's his name? Them 2 wide receivers, the slot wide receivers.
Danny Amendola is one of them.
Mm-hmm. And the other one.
Oh, Julian Edelman.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, don't discredit the Patriots like that. I know you hate them.
I'm not discrediting the Patriots. I'm giving Tom Brady the majority of their credit for the success.
The funny thing is, like, I've never hated the Patriots.
I mean, I used to hate it, their guts. Now they're beneath everyone's notice, and it's nice.
I mean, they're going through a rebuilding phase.
Rebuilding the what?
Using they got a
logs over there.
I mean, they got a quarterback.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah, I don't know what they're gonna rebuild with that shit.
Better do something on that black quarterback. I mean, that black head coach. Better do something soon.
I don't think he'll be there very long.
Hell no, he'd be like Charlie Strong.
I was thinking about this because it was the interim coach for the Panthers who took over, and he did not get a head coaching job. Remember
the
that?
Panthers? Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't remember.
Before this guy here?
Yeah. It was like he took over the Panthers after Matt Rule got fired. And we were all like, why the fuck isn't this guy getting
a head coach?
Chris Tabor?
No, not him.
Yeah, December 2023.
It was before that then.
Oh.
It was maybe it was before Matt Rule. Was it Steve Wilkes? Oh, that's right. It was Steve Wilkes because he got hired as the DC for the Niners, and then he got fired from there. And the Niners defense looks putrid.
No.
Where's he at now?
I don't know where Steve Wilkes is now.
I think
Appalachia State.
Oh
man.
I thought he was doing. Damn it! What's that?
Actually, he's just interviewing for jobs. He doesn't have anywhere.
okay.
He went to Appalachia State, but he also went for the North Carolina job.
Mm. Yeah, the Patriots should call him.
I don't know if the Patriots are in a bad place right now. They have no talent. But they're. I don't know if you blame the coaching just yet, because it's his first year, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They don't look like a well-coached team to me.
No, they don't.
It's like
who are we talking about?
The Patriots. They do not look like a well-coached team.
No.
Like
I think Steve Wilkes can actually do something.
Like there are teams that are just bad, but they have bad rosters, but you can tell they're well-coached. Like the Titans were like that for years.
You know who should get Steve Wilkes? The Jets.
No one should go to the Jets.
I think they should. Call Steve Wilkes, say stop doing Raising Cane's commercials, and come and coach for the Jets. Because the Jets, they just no.
You tell the Jets you have no sauce.
Yeah, no sauce. Yeah. I'm there. But yeah, I think Steve Wilkes can be a head coach somewhere. But yeah, I think that the Jets should take an opportunity to get him. Either the Jets or who needs a head coach right now?
Bears.
Yeah, they do.
Aren't the Bears and their freshman coach too, though? They don't usually fire freshman coaches.
The Bears? Oh, they fired Matt Eberflus.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, they fired him, and so they're that's the first time they've done it mid-season. But I mean, we got on this because you brought up the Patriots' current head coach.
Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
They just hired that nigga just to give him a job.
Well, Belichick was picked him as his heir apparent. But we all know how that works with Bill Belichick. His coaching tree.
Bill Belichick's for the
he doesn't have a coaching tree. He has a shitty shrub.
Always wanted to take a step back and shitting on the Cowboys, but watching Micah not shake hands after they lost yesterday, it was a back and forth game. They lost in the last play.
Yeah.
For them to not just be kind of general sportsmen,
Micah's
they're
a bitch.
very. not well coached.
They're
I think CeeDee Lamb cried last night too.
bitch.
I couldn't tell through the Simpsons characters.
It's like, cry me a river, you fucking millionaire. Suck my ass. Shake hands like a man. Also, I mean, are they well coached? No, because their coach, he knows he's fired next year, so he doesn't give a damn. Like, if Mike McCarthy knew he had a shot at keeping his job, I think he would give more of a shit, but he knows he's gone. As soon as Dak Prescott got hurt, he probably knew he was gone because he was the lame duck coach. This is the last year of his contract. So I don't blame him.
They felt emasculated by Lisa Simpson.
Yeah, Lisa fucking made them look like punk asses all night long.
I fell asleep watching that game, but I saw a little bit of it, and I just said, "This shit looks ridiculous."
Dude, that shit had me crying.
It was
I actually watched that over the real actual game.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. I was like, Homer's in the game. What? Why is he in the game?
The best bit was like, you could tell when there was going to be a splash play because they put in Simpsons characters.
Yeah.
And then they put in Milhouse. And I was like, oh, splash play coming. But then right as the ball is snapped, it's like, and Sam, you can attest to this. Like, wait, they put in Milhouse. This might be like a fumble or something. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. And I was like, okay, good shit.
Up, man. Don't put Milhouse in that position. Jeez.
So the whole game, as someone who hates the Bengals, I was cheering for them to put Milhouse back in the game.
Milhouse.
Oh, is it this one?
Yes. Where he threw him the ball. And initially, this was ruled a fumble. But then they said it was an incomplete pass. So initially, it was ruled a fumble. Then they kept him in the game, and Bart got sacked. So Milhouse just had negative plays all over his resume.
Was that the Simpsons game delayed?
Yes, by like a few minutes.
By a few minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like the commentators.
No, they were terrible. I think it was
Dan Orlovsky.
Mina Kimes was the only one that seemed like she knew Simpsons stuff.
Yeah.
Dan Orlovsky, I don't know how he gets paid by anyone to do anything. He's never been good at anything.
You don't like his commentary?
No, I don't like his face. I don't like his commentary. I don't like his analysis. And he was a shitty player. Like everything I see him do, he does badly.
I mean, a lot of these analysts, they were shitty players. It's like, they gotta give him a job soon. It's either that or KFC.
But I mean, well, I don't have to listen to him at KFC, is what I'm saying. And
Order number 5. Come on.
Fuck that up too. I said 3.
Threes look like a 5.
Yeah. But I mean, there have been good players that have been commentators. Like Greg Olson was a good player. Tom Brady's a commentator. Chris Collinsworth was a commentator.
Is he worse than what's the famous Cowboys tight end that?
Daryl Johnston.
No.
I know who you're thinking of. I'm blanking on his name.
Witten was terrible.
Yes.
He didn't last a season.
Yeah, and then he went back to play for the Cowboys. Jason Witten, that's right. Yeah. I'm not a Tony Romo fan on the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't care for him.
I don't like his shitty voice, and I think he tries to make it too much about him. I don't like that shit. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, I like Collinsworth. I know he like glazes Patrick Mahomes, but I can't blame him for doing that. The guy's incredible. It sucks because he's not on the Steelers, so I get frustrated. But
someone said, "You leave my QB alone."
That's my quarterback.
That's my coach.
Yeah, you can keep him. You might want.
I mean, they just signed him, so yeah, he'll be there for.
I'll keep watching the games on mute. I hear his dumb Doc Rivers-esque voice come in. Shut up.
It's like a dog whistle. A silent dog whistle. But no, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I forget. I got sidetracked by shitting on Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, you were talking
about the commentators not being good.
Yeah.
They weren't good.
They at least had stupid animations for their eyes, so it matched the.
Yeah, Simpsons Dan Orlovsky looked like he was having a stroke the whole game.
By the way, I saw fucking Stephen A. Smith. I said,
Did you see Jerry Jones?
Yeah,
a piece of shit.
There's Jerry Jones.
I prefer South Park's rendition of Jerry Jones, where his eyes are too far apart. My eyes aren't too far apart.
You mean this Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah. It's animation, man.
But it wasn't realistic because his hairline is actually intact.
That's a generous hairline they gave Stephen A, man. He's looking forward. I cannot see his hairline when he's looking straight on camera.
I'm telling you, man, him and Stevie Wonder got their hairline like right back here. It's pretty far back.
Yeah, I heard Eric B got fired too.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Who got fired?
Eric Bieniemy.
I think he was at UCLA or Cal. I forgot which one.
Eric Bieniemy?
Yeah, he seems to not be able to hold a job.
I thought he was actually good in Washington.
He's not there. He was in college.
Yeah, he got fired. Washington cleaned house.
I know, but they should have made him head coach because he was that offense was pretty good.
Last year?
Under Eric Bieniemy?
Not really.
It was alright.
It was fine, I guess. I guess
UCLA, thank you.
I guess like if you're gonna go scorched earth, go scorched earth. So like I guess that's how I feel about it. I think Eric Bieniemy deserves opportunities for sure.
Absolutely, especially over at Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. Oh yes, 100%. But I kind of get like
They gave him a mobile quarterback. He'll be fine.
It's just like it's been 2 spots that Eric Bieniemy's been at where people are like, we can't stand this dude. I know Andy Reid liked him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like him?
I don't think they liked him in Washington, and they did not like him at UCLA.
Wow. I didn't even know he was a head coach at UCLA.
He wasn't.
Oh,
he was a coordinator.
He was a coordinator.
Oh, shit.
And the head coach was like, I can't stand your ass. Get the fuck out of here, man. So, yeah.
Well,
I know he's been a polarizing figure because people were attributing his lack of offers to racism, and I'm sure that was part of it.
Yeah.
There's also been just stories about the guy being kind of a prick. So I get that being part of it, too.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Well, before we get all too involved in the NFL, so I think that there's something. I think only the Chargers and maybe the Lions have caught up on being social media savvy.
Yeah.
And college has been like their noses on the button to do funny and weird things.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them that happened is Mountain West had a championship. It was UNLV versus Boise State, and the quarterback from Las Vegas was like, yeah, fuck Boise. I've never been there, anything like that. I don't know anything about Boise State. So the college...
Crowd at Boise, I've never been there. I don't even know where it is on the map.
So the college, every time he got sacked, would play on the Titantron, hey, this is where Boise is and where you got sacked.
That's awesome. That's great.
I ain't paid for the plane.
And this one's actually from Twitter, but so SMU lost their championship game in the ACC to Clemson, but they still got selected to go to the championship. So they just made this clip out of a Family Guy clip, and I thought it was hilarious.
Adobe Flash Player. Remind me later.
Shit.
Mind you, right now. It's later. Right now.
Yeah, all right. Here you go.
Peter. The horse is here.
Yeah, I think it definitely seemed like the Chargers were like the pioneers of this meme culture.
Well, they made a full-on like anime schedule release 3 years ago.
I wonder if that was just like, hey, we're the Chargers, no one cares about us, so let's go for broke.
I actually think it's because they're in LA and they probably have a shitload of graphic designers that are really good at their job.
Yeah, and also they're probably great at finding desperate people. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know about the NFL. I do have a friend that worked for the Rams.
Okay.
And she said she didn't get paid much.
I imagine the Chargers pay less. They're historically cheap. I mean, that's why it was kind of out of step for them and surprising they went with Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to get him because I know he wanted to go to the Bears, but they're notoriously cheap too. These cheap-ass NFL teams, they're like fucking losers.
Well, I know for sure in college.
Billionaires being, I don't want to spend that money.
Well, I don't know about UT because Bray seems to get paid very well. But
yeah.
I do know that at least in Texas Tech, TCU, Baylor, it's like the honor of working and the experience of working for your college. They don't pay you as much as they would like a normal graphic design job.
Yeah, because I can pay rent with honor. Fuck you. Also, like,
that's why a lot of people don't do it. But when you're like 23 and you just graduated, it's probably like a pretty sweet gig.
If someone gave me their resume and said I was a graphic designer for the LA Chargers, just throw that in the trash. Fuck out of here.
Wipe your ass and throw it in the trash.
That was a team that like people like respect. That I mean, like, ooh. Jerry Jones pays players and people. Too much so, actually.
I did hear a funny thing because I had a friend go to, I don't know what UT is in Dallas, because there's UTEP, UTSA. I don't know what UT is in Dallas.
Yeah.
But he went to that one. It wasn't UNT, but it's like University of Texas at Arlington, I think is what it was. And so he had to do internships at Jerry World.
Yeah.
When they were building the stadium. And he was like, I learned a lot, and I also... my hatred for Jerry Jones grew more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he told me, because he was from Carolina. He's a Panthers fan.
Yeah. But
he was telling me that like while he was working there, that they made this presentation to somebody in the business department that was just kind of, and all it was about tiered parking. Like the closer you are, the more you charge. The further you are, you'll have a $20 limit. And then they said they made the presentation, and Jerry Jones himself at some point gave a note that was like, no, if you're parking at my stadium, it's $150. I don't care if you're at the far end or right up against the stadium. It's $150.
Yeah, he just gave Dak way too big of a contract. It's like I make this money up somehow. I just keep getting conned by paying mediocre talent too much money. Now, that doesn't shock me though. Jerry Jones pays players well, but knowing that he strikes me as a skinflint.
Yeah.
A skinflint.
What is that?
It means just cheap ass.
Oh. I did not know that was a term.
The Bills are generous. They were paying fans $20 an hour to clean snow out of the stadium. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, the Bills fans also fucking kicked the child the other day, so I don't think that got talked about last week.
You put respect on that Cracker of the Year. She earned that title. I was kidding. I was going to get. Yeah.
Fucking Ralph
Put that
Wiggum
on your
over
resume.
there.
Yeah. Ralph Wiggum strikes me as a Cracker of the Year recipient. 100%. What?
In the game yesterday,
Ralph
we were
Wiggum
doing
got
like
a
the
touchdown.
lineups, and it was just like, "Hi, I'm Ralph." That is so canon to the show. So fucking funny. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I work in child protective services, and it's really funny because once in a while we'll just randomly like talk about the shit conditions kid lives in, and then like my supervisor will quote The Simpsons and be like, "I live in a drawer."
Oh man, this sounds messed up. I bet unfortunately there are a lot of Ralph Wiggums in the world as a result of the households they're in.
Yeah,
oh man, that sucks.
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo had to sue her mom. I don't actually know how that got settled, but
or was her mom withholding money?
Her mom spent most of the money, is what they're saying.
Is this like a Gary Coleman situation?
I don't know enough about Gary Coleman, but I just know that Honey Boo Boo was just kind of like, oh, I was kind of excited to go to college, and her mom was like, yeah, there's no money.
No. Damn. What'd she spend college tuition on?
Well, have you seen her mom? She went from this to this, like, so a lot of plastic surgeries and things like that.
Okay.
She's about as big as that window pane.
I remember with her in the fat old days, but I've not seen her recently.
No, she lost weight, and I think she ditched the dude that she was with, and they probably got a house and all the other shit that they didn't normally get. Spend that money on Raising Cane's and Popeyes.
which isn't bad.
I mean, knowing what I know now, college tuition or Popeyes, it's a tough call. I enjoy Popeyes more, I'll say
Well,
that.
you are, what was I gonna say? You are in a position where you probably just could have built a resume or built a portfolio without going to college.
100%. The best thing I got out of going to college and grad school was the contacts. Just getting like
the network.
Yes, the networking for sure. And some of the teaching too in portfolio school, in grad school. In college, man, I didn't need to take Bio 101.
Yeah.
I got to take an accounting class.
Yeah.
That's what calculators are for.
I never understood electives in college. I was like, why do you need to take that? My degree is in business. Why do I need to take chemistry?
Yeah, exactly.
What was the purpose of that?
Yeah.
I didn't have to take chemistry. I took biology.
I took bio. The worst class that I had to take was history of advertising.
I took that one.
I work in advertising. I don't need to know any of that shit.
The funny thing is, I do use history of advertising all the time when in my head, when I'm like, oh, that's kind of from that campaign. That's kind of that kind of approach.
It can be a good conversation starter and stuff like that.
Oh, I have no one to I just realized I can converse about it with you. But
Yeah. And you probably can't, because you probably remember it way more than I do. I think I got a C in that class. I did not care about it at all.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I did not give a damn about that class. Like, this is dumb. Yeah, I definitely learned more in portfolio school, and that was just like old angry ad men telling me how to why what I wrote was trash.
Dude, that happened to me in all my advertising classes once I got out of the basics.
Yep, it was just getting like reamed out by old creative directors that work freelance on the side now, in addition to making 6 figures from a university.
Yeah, I had a teacher that really liked me, and he was like, "Oh, I can get you a job at Vice."
Yeah,
and then he got fired before I ever graduated.
Yep. One of my professors got fired for just saying sexist, mean shit to women. Yeah, he'd like fat shame girls and stuff. Like, pretty surly guy.
What was an example of him fat shaming?
So this girl came in. She's heavy set, and she like brought in like cupcakes and cookies, and he like told her, "Don't do that." He's like, "Don't. This is what they expect of you." He said something kind of like, "Don't do that."
Not the parents. Like, I expected more of you.
Or in this case, less. It was pretty much like it was a roundabout way, pun not intended, roundabout way of saying, "Hey, fat girl, don't bring in sweets to class."
Oh my god.
It wasn't Lizzo. No.
Oh no.
And then that didn't get him fired, because he got fired after I graduated. But it was something else that I was not there for. That I heard he just said some like sexist shit, which didn't shock me because he said that kind of crap all the time. He initially he put it under the guise of, because I don't think he was. I think he was about as sexist as a 65-year-old white guy is.
Yeah.
But he made a point of saying, and I think he was right about this, the industry as a whole is pretty sexist. So I remember him saying that in like the first week of class.
Yeah.
He was like, women, I'm going to talk to you in a way that you are going to have to deal with in this industry, which I understand that thought process, but then it got to a point where it just didn't seem like he was doing that anymore. It just seemed like he was kind of being a dick. So
I was gonna say, like, you look at advertising agencies 70 years ago, it's Mad Men.
Yeah.
It's 100% Mad Men.
Yep. And creative departments are still largely male.
Yeah.
So largely white male. So it's not a very diverse work environment.
Interesting.
Yeah, I zigged when I should have zagged. I majored in public relations, which is predominantly female. And I should have gone that. I minored in advertising. I should have flipped that the other way.
I didn't know
around.
that about PR, that it's mainly female.
Yeah. Do you remember Leroy?
No.
He's for one of the double toasted guys. He works in PR, and he's like, I'm the only guy in the department most of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's a very, like, you got to know someone to get in. Because I don't know about your stuff exactly, but at least PR has become very boutique. Like,
really?
Yeah, they outsource most of it. And also, if you do manage to get a PR job with a big company, that's the first thing that gets axed whenever money gets low.
Yeah. Advertising's a lot like that. I mean, now I work brand side.
Yeah.
I don't work at an ad agency anymore. I was hired by a brand, and I work on their creative team, which I recommend more people doing.
Yeah.
The ad agency world is not great.
Well,
sorry guys, that's not related at all.
This is what happens.
Yeah. This all started because the Chargers like anime on Twitter. That's how we got here.
We blame anime.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the college football bracket has been made. Alabama got let off.
Yes.
And,
I bet you were excited about that.
I didn't care.
You were shitting on Bama the whole time.
No, I wasn't.
Was he not shitting on Bama?
He was not shitting on Bama. I was shitting on
I
Bama.
thought you were like, why is Bama ranked? I thought you kept bringing that up.
No, no. My argument is, why was Miami kicked out?
I don't think Miami should have been kicked out.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
I don't know enough to care. Was Oregon number one?
Oregon is still number one.
They beat Penn State by accident.
Oregon did, or
Oregon did. Penn State should have won that game. Or
not
tied
an
it.
accident? How'd they win? They won by a field goal. Steelers special.
No, no. I think Penn State did like a bonehead play. I think an interception or some shit like that. But
a Bengal special.
Yeah. But I mean, the bracket's fine the way it is. Looking at the bracket, I just don't care.
Oh, I super am hyped for some of the games coming up.
Do you have the bracket up?
I do have the bracket up.
Yeah.
So the first round of games start
December 20th.
But yeah, but most people are excited for Notre Dame, Indiana. I kind of don't care about that one.
Do you think either one of them has a shot against Georgia?
I don't think either one of them has a shot against Georgia.
Even with Gunnar Stockton being in there?
No.
Raheem, I've been saying that. Like, Quinn Ewers.
On Texas?
Yeah.
So, I thought Quinn Ewers were overrated since last year. And this year, he looked legit. And then he ran into Georgia, and Georgia's like, what the fuck? Nah.
That's the only game I've seen him play.
Well, when they look legit,
looks
they had the softest schedule outside of Texas A&M and Vandy, which ended up being good. When they made the schedule, they did not think Vandy was going to be good.
But also, when they played Texas A&M, they didn't look too good.
No.
You know, so Georgia, I made that prediction. I said that this time around, they're going to play harder, but they're still going to lose. And even with Beck being knocked out, they still beat them. And I was just like, that should tell you about Texas in a nutshell. Like, Quinn Ewers is not that great. He's overrated. Take him out of that Thomas J. Henry commercial. Take him out of that. Take him out of all the Raising Cane commercials. Get him all that.
And put Arch in all of them.
Put Arch in all of them. Because he's not that good to me. And I think that you're going to see that in this. Nigga, is he building a clubhouse? Sorry.
He's packing, bro. He's packing. He's got a lot of figures to sell.
Just wait. Sam, wait. What is you building?
Packing.
What is it?
Little noise, and it's my house.
We have a show.
Anyway,
You don't get light.
That's all right. My blackness shows up in through the lights. Shine bright like a diamond. Hey, show that penitentiary.
he just goes to bed.
Penitentiary white. He's Showtime at the Apollo curtains. Where's Steve Harvey when you need him, Brian?
You just turn it off and on.
Show me that.
That's actual effect.
Show me that thunder. In honor of Mufasa.
I forgot that comes out.
Yeah, so did everyone else.
Yeah, because everyone's going to go see Sonic 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to see Sonic 3 and Nosferatu.
And Werewolves.
Double feature.
But, yeah, I actually think that Rakeen is right. I don't think UT makes it past Clemson.
Yeah.
No, I think they make it past Clemson.
I don't think they make it past Clemson. I'm even pulling for an upset over here that SMU is going to beat Penn State. I don't know why. That's a dumb one. It is 100% dumb.
I've only seen Quentin Ewers play one game, but that definitely made me go, hey, you can't spell Ewers without ew.
It's all right, bro. If as soon as UT loses, we can have Ray right here.
Oh.
Actually, he starts going to the basketball games at that point. But I think if you ask most people, they would say Tennessee versus Ohio State is probably the most interesting game. What?
That's just me sounding interested because I don't know anything about any of these teams. I'm being a good. I'm trying to be a good sport about this, Jordan.
I get you.
I'm just going.
I understand. Things that make you go,
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes, the college programs, as it were. I thought I was confused because it was the SEC championship this past weekend. Correct?
Yes, almost all the conferences had a championship this week.
It didn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, because I thought Texas would be out. I was like, oh, so are they out? And like, I look at this, I'm like,
well,
oh,
the four champions, get a bye.
Not Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia has a bye. Georgia's not playing, and then after that, it's just the top-ranked teams.
Okay.
Damn, I was gonna look up something else, and then my fucking. Oh, now I remember what it was. Just because I thought the uniform was cool.
It is funny that you brought up Ray, because.
You just found out he met Bill Murray?
No, because the Steelers have Van Jefferson on their team. So every time I see Van Jefferson, I think of Ray. Because that was the.
What's the story behind that?
The story behind that was it was the Rams-Bengals Super Bowl. And Ray came over to my place to watch it. And he bet money on Van Jefferson he was on the Rams at that time to win Super Bowl MVP.
Oh.
And everyone was like, what the fuck? Van Jefferson? Like, well, you bet on that? And then do you remember what happened in that game with Odell Beckham Jr. was having like a great game.
Yeah.
And then he has that non-contact injury, and it looks really bad. And everyone during the game, like at the party, is just like, oh, man, that sucks. What the fuck? And then Ray just leans into me and says, no, this is really good for Van Jefferson. I'm like, Ray, you scumbag. So every
Samantha wasn't there yet, was she?
Samantha was not there. It was before she and I met.
Yeah.
So every time I see Van Jefferson, I think of Ray. He catches he got a touchdown pass against the Browns this past week, and I was like, Ray, it's your guy.
It's your man's.
Well, line from Coming to America: when you think of garbage, think of Akeem.
Yeah. Think of Van Jefferson, think of Ray.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the Army uniforms and how they were inspired by the 101st Airborne. Mm-hmm. The Navy released their uniforms, and I just thought it was because they both have pretty cool uniforms. This is named after an air squadron called the Jolly Rogers.
Oh, okay.
Born in the battles of World War II, the Jolly Rogers have been freedom's key. If you hear them coming.
And they fucking went full force with the Top Gun thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool uniform, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's like a cooler version of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually never been a fan of the Raider guy, not like as a logo.
No.
Like it works in the 1920s. It's like it's kind of like Superman's underwear at this point, where it's like that doesn't really work.
I thought that until I saw Superman without the underwear, and I'm like, that looks weird. Put that shit back on. When I saw Man of Steel, and they took that man's brief, so I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Put the briefs back on. But I think we'll see if they remove the Raider guy, if I feel the same way. But I'm inclined to agree with you, because I'm looking at him right now on the back of your laptop.
Yeah,
and he just looks like. He looks like he talks like man. Yeah. Like, how'd you lose that eye? Like, he doesn't look like a rough guy. He just looks like a dude.
Well, that was probably before the helmets had a face mask, so he just ran into somebody else's knee.
Looks like he just got pink eye or something. He uses his cell phone on the toilet like an asshole.
Oh, there's only been one NFC team eliminated from the playoffs. For our next topic.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the NFL. This was the one that Gertz recommended.
Yeah, just because I think this is the first week where we actually have teams dying.
There's a lot of dead teams in the AFC, not a lot in the NFC.
The Giants are the only NFC team.
The Giants are the only NFC team.
And they got eliminated a while ago, but a bunch of AFC teams got eliminated this weekend.
The Patriots, the Browns, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Titans, and those Raiders we just talked about.
Yep. So
Deserving.
pull up those names again. So like ones that you think. I'm looking at these teams and teams that are gonna get a new head coach. I think
the Jets are gonna get one for sure.
The Jets are gonna get one. The Jags are gonna get one.
I don't know the Titans are. They just hired their guy.
I was gonna say I don't think they.
Callahan.
Yeah, and same thing with the Patriots. They just hired. This is Gerard Mayo's first year.
They can fire him.
You think they're gonna fire the Jets, the Giants coach?
All the head coaches, they're gonna fire that brother even after.
You brought up Brian Daboll. 3 weeks ago, I would have said no. Now I'm saying hell yeah, they're gonna fire him.
They just look god awful.
They look terrible, and it was Malik Neighbors who was saying this team's soft as fuck, and that is an indictment on your head coach. And Brian Daboll just looked like a big fucking baby out there.
Speaking of Malik Neighbors, I thought it was funny that he was interviewed. I don't know if you guys saw this. It's one of my favorite highlights that I saw after the game.
The game said, "Mr. Mara, please fix this dumpster fire." How do you, as a player, what do you make of that?
I ain't paid for the plane.
Sounds like he might have paid for that plane. The delivery, I was like, No one was thinking that, Malik, but you bring it up. Doth protest too much. But
that is too much confidence for like a 23-year-old person.
Malik?
Yeah.
Dude.
I know he's great, but
awesome.
Yeah, but that was a good one line. Like that could be a scene in a movie.
Oh yeah.
That could be the opening to The Replacements.
I don't blame him one bit. And
actually, that was the same amount of confidence. Like when The Replacement starts, like, do you know how much insurance costs on a Ferrari, motherfucker?
I like a cocky wide receiver on a bad team that's like in the pits right now.
Really?
But I do not like it when you got AJ Brown doing this dumb shit right now.
What did AJ Brown do?
You pretty much said Jalen Hurts sucks.
No, you just said the passing sucks. I agree.
That's kind of the same, though. Unless he's blaming Sirianni offhand.
Nah, it was
no one's blaming Sirianni at this point. Sirianni's killing it right now after the bye. But yeah, that passing, the Panthers game was just weird.
They're weird. They're a team that's playing over their skis. The Panthers have been they've been looking good.
That's a team that I'm actually intrigued what they'll do next year.
Yeah,
because I think Bryce Young.
He found a way to turn it around some fucking how.
Well, he has Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
which is a good safety net. I think he has pretty decent running backs.
He has a good receiver.
He's a good receiver. In Adam. Oh yeah, I forgot the
Xavier
country
Leggett.
nigga.
Leggett.
You almost had that touchdown, man.
Sound like what's his name from To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, no.
Atticus Finch?
No. Oh, what is the character's name?
What do he sound like? That's what he sound like to me.
Jesus. The character who's accused of rape.
Oh, I thought you meant Sam is saying it's Lenny.
Oh, shit. But I think he's pretty good.
He's saying Lenny. You said To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Mice and Men, Sammy.
I got you.
Bo Radley.
No, not Boo Radley. That's Robert Duvall. Boo Radley doesn't say shit anyway. Like Xavier Leggett talks.
Tom Robinson.
That's who you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's what he sound like. But
he makes Shannon Sharp sound like James Bond.
Ooh, Shannon Sharp, them damn lips sound like that dude from Fat Albert. But I think he has pretty good weapons around him.
Yeah. By the way, us struggling to figure out who was like the accused criminal in To Kill a Mockingbird. No wonder you guys did bad at Jeopardy.
Yeah. We did average. We finished right smack dab in the middle with only 3 of us. and 2.
How many vowels does a heart have?
How many vowels does a heart have?
Yeah. 4.
I don't know. My grandpa replaced 3 of them, so I'm gonna guess 4. 4.
Did you say 4?
Jordan said 4. We could have used you.
I just knew that by heart.
What was another one we got wrong?
Oh, we got a lot of African country questions wrong.
That's a great time to call TJ.
That's what we were saying. It's like, man, if TJ was here, we would have swept this.
Djibouti?
Yeah.
Isn't that in Zimbabwe?
No.
Was that Kenya?
It was Nairobi.
Nairobi.
No. Oh, no. I got it wrong again.
I was the
did
only
they
one that
film-
got a question right in that category.
Yeah.
Didn't they film?
South Africa.
Didn't they film
I got
Cuties in
Egypt.
Nairobi? Never mind. Okay, so yeah, Adam Thielen, number 17.
Yeah.
They have pretty good running backs. I think they have. I don't know if it's the putting him on the bench or.
It's the smallest
They-
country in Africa. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Then you wouldn't have done much better, Marcos.
I would not have done much better. I just said I couldn't have helped you. TJ could have.
Did you take woodshop?
Woodshop?
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
no.
There was a shop class category that we didn't do well in.
What the
either.
fuck? What? Who's gonna pick the shop? Like, what's a hinge?
What is a hinge? Jesus, you would have been useless.
I thought it was gonna be things like movies and.
No, we did fine in that category.
Night.
That was it. Marcos, this is one.
Yeah.
What movie did Martin Scorsese end up winning his long-awaited Oscar for?
Best director.
Best director.
The Departed.
We could have used
Yeah.
you. I thought it was.
You didn't know, but no.
Goodfellas.
Why'd you answer? It was
I would have said Goodfellas. I would have been wrong.
said-
Yeah,
he said
yeah,
Goodfellas.
yeah.
I thought it was Goodfellas.
No,
Jordan,
Departed.
we needed you. Marcos.
I knew it was
Yeah.
Departed.
I didn't know he went that long without winning. It
He
was
should have
everyone.
won it for Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't do that, or not why he didn't win it for that.
Love you,
won-
Bad G.
He won Best Picture stuff before, but I think the part was the first one he won Best Director for, right? So, which is weird because I don't even think of that as one of his best movies.
Actually, no, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's not
I
better than
liked it.
Goodfellas, though.
You know what's funny is I don't think I like anything after The Departed.
Oh,
That's when he started making 4-hour long.
He had
like
Silence.
Yeah,
Which
The
was
Irishman.
The Christian movie.
Silence, which was greeted
But he
with
also made
silence.
The Irishman, yeah. But I thought The Irishman was okay. I had to watch The Irishman.
Killers of the Flower Moon, I
Yeah,
believe.
he did.
I have not seen The Irishman or Killers of the Flower Moon.
The Irishman, you had to watch like a Snyder's cut. You had to watch it in sections.
Okay.
It's like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
It's based off of one of my favorite books. Do you know how to paint a house, or can you paint a house? You know when they want to kill somebody, they'll ask you, "Hey, can you paint a house?" That's the code for "Can you kill somebody?"
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Is that what Tommy's doing right now? Painting?
Oh shit, Tommy's killing people in LaGrange.
I hope not. I hope not. We need Tommy.
Someone look up if a CEO died in Houston.
No, no.
But yeah, Carolina looks good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's a team that's playing with no. They're not playing for a playoff spot. They know they're not playing for a playoff
Right.
spot.
Yeah.
So they're just playing just to play,
Yeah.
to prove themselves. I don't know if it's that or benching Bryce Young, but they look pretty good these past couple of weeks.
I think Bryce Young's stats were like 1,300 yards since he came back, and I think 1 interception. Like he's been pretty good.
He's been a lot better in the pocket. See, like they were blitzing him a lot before, and that shit does not work now.
He's so elusive,
Yeah,
man.
he's
And
gotten
we,
really
we shouldn't have
slippery.
sacked him in the end zone. He got that fucking first down. I was like, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That was actually the only game that was on Sunday where we're so yeah.
I think to your point, I think a lot of his players playing for their jobs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are playing really hard because they want to keep their spot.
So that's the reason why they're intriguing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that like the potential for them is there, and I don't think they're going to fire their coach.
Damn, they're technically
They
not
just-
allowed,
Yeah,
not
he's
eliminated
new
from the playoffs yet either.
I don't think they're going to fire Stefanski either, because
He's there.
the Browns coach.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to fire him either. That shit is not his fault.
No, it's not.
That's that owner being a jackaloon.
Well, that's the
But
thing
he's
with that.
one of the greatest of all time.
That's the thing that I don't understand, like to a degree, when you're in the NFL. How much is your fault for not making a great scheme, and how much is the GM's fault for just not giving you the players that you need to make a scheme work?
Well, I think this one is on the owner, in particular with the Browns. I mean, because I think the rest of the roster is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they cut Kadarius Toney, I think.
Yeah.
Because why? He helped us so much.
Jeez Louise.
It's Christmas. He was very generous. 'Tis the season, bitches. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the owner was like, no, we're getting Deshaun Watson, and you need to play him because we're paying him $250 million. I don't think Kevin Stefanski wanted Deshaun Watson.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I truly don't think he wanted Deshaun Watson, which goes to going against one of the best in the black community. I mean, but
so Kevin Stefanski should be fired.
He should be fired. Because I'm telling you right now, at the end of Deshaun Watson's career, he's going to be the president of NAACP somewhere. But I don't think Stefanski wanted Deshaun Watson. Now, if anything, I truly believe he wanted to draft either CJ Stroud, somebody like that, but he didn't want Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You can tell he doesn't want him.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
No one wants Deshaun.
No.
And that's never stopped Deshaun before.
Yep.
He might be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
He is.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Now? I mean, starting quarterback, like in generally, or just starting quarterback?
He would be worse because I would have said Bryce
over Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I think Deshaun was worse.
I think Deshaun was worse.
Statistically, he was worse.
No. Caleb Williams too.
Yeah,
Caleb had a little bit of highlights in
he's worse than Caleb
weeks 3 to 6. I don't think you can find one Deshaun highlight. I don't even know if he's thrown for a touchdown this year, really.
Yeah,
he did.
I'm going to pull up his stats.
He thrown a touchdown against us.
Let me look up Deshaun's stats.
I think he did.
Let's see if
Joaquin, you know he's a pillar in the black community. They ask him to speak at every HBCU possible.
He has 5 touchdowns this year.
So like that bolsters your point.
He averaged
Mr. 5 touchdown passes himself. Oh, he passed his stats. Yeah, 2 passing touchdowns. 5.
Didn't he throw one against us?
Against the Eagles? No.
Did not.
He probably got hurt, and you're thinking of Jamie's.
No, he didn't play that game.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a game where you average 3.8 yards a throw, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's averaging, for this season, he was averaging 5 yards a throw. 5 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Which statistically is not bad.
He's got sacked 33 times.
That's bad.
8 of them by the Giants.
That's real bad.
The massage monster needs to be sealed away.
The massage monster?
He's some fucking JJK villain.
But yeah, I think he is. I think he might be the worst out of all of them. And I'm not even just as a human, but as a quarterback, I think he might be the worst starter this year. Trevor Lawrence is really bad too. But
you know what's funny?
I think it's Deshaun bad.
When I think of Trevor Lawrence, I think of him still being at Clemson and really happy to go to the White House to go eat McDonald's or whatever the fuck Trump bought.
Did he go there?
Yeah.
He went. Oh,
for
Jesus.
Chick-fil-A.
No, was it? No, it was McDonald's.
Trump ain't springing for Chick-fil-A.
It was Chick-fil-A.
What?
Trump
ain't cheap.
Clemson.
Yes,
football.
he is.
Trump knows good chicken when he sees it.
No. It was McDonald's because I remember 100% there was filet of fish that nobody touched.
The lack of appreciation is palpable.
Dude, I didn't know that he bought salads actually till right now.
That's disgusting. I draw the line at salads. A McDonald's salad, even worse.
I didn't even know they had salad at McDonald's.
Yeah, that was when they tried to be healthy. But look at this dude just fucking running off.
It was McDonald's and Domino's.
You know what? I am going to get a McRib.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's the winter. They always come back in the winter.
I didn't know that. I actually have never had a McRib, and I refuse to.
Same. I never have.
I don't want the mystique to be ruined. That's why I don't want to eat it.
Your body be like, man, fuck this.
My body was like, really? This is it?
This is it?
Yeah.
A crummy commercial?
I remember when I first tried the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger.
Oy.
I got halfway through it, threw it away, and went to the Popeyes across the
Wait,
street.
which one? What did you throw away?
Go ahead. Sorry.
It was the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
It is not good.
Which, by the way, I didn't know Popeyes is open till 1 a.m. now.
What?
Yes.
I did not know that either.
Guess where he's going right after this.
As a nocturnal man, as a creature of the night.
So I woke up. I passed out. I forgot what day it was. I passed out.
Yeah.
And I knew it was last Friday. I passed out, and I was going to Whataburger, which I was like, and I saw that there was still cars at Popeyes. I'm like, they're not having a powwow here. So I turned around and went to the drive-thru, and somebody picked up. He said, I don't think he understood what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything against my Hispanic fans here on the show, but I asked him, I said, what time when did y'all start closing till 1 a.m.? He's like, Fridays we open till 12. It's 12:30, friend. I'm talking about when did y'all stay open till 1? I just said forget it. But I didn't know they stay open till 1 o'clock now.
Yeah, I did not know that either.
So now I'm getting my 2 piece and a biscuit at 12 a.m. But I didn't know that. I did not know that. Popeyes, you have done an excellent thing. Wendy's, good job staying open 24 hours.
Yep.
Popeyes, good job staying open at 1 a.m. Mm-hmm. Now I know where to go when I'm drunk as shit in the morning.
I had, because DoorDash was just offering me like a buy one, get one free kind of thing. So I ended up with like 12 of the wings from Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 16 of the wings. It was buy one for 8.
Like the ghost pepper ones?
Yeah. Not good. Didn't like them.
What?
Yeah, I didn't like them.
They're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Fine. I like their strips. I like
strips, yes. I know I like the strips, but that wasn't buy one, get one free.
Like their bone in?
No, just general chicken.
I mean, I like their chicken. I mean, but, like their strips are my favorite thing. Give me the 5-strip biscuit fries.
And I did look to buy the Cajun turkey. Found out that you have to order that like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I was looking at YouTube videos of that thing. It looks good. Like, it looks legit.
I've seen somebody review it and he said it actually is flavorful. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And not dry, which is nice. 'Cause dry turkey is an all too common problem.
Shouldn't have came to my house.
That's why we just opted for ham. Ham's easy.
Boy, I fucked that ham up. I don't eat much ham during the year. Sorry, sidetrack. I don't eat much ham during the year.
Mm-hmm.
I eat at Thanksgiving. And when I do, I'll be like, man, am I on death row? Like, this is the best ham I've ever had in my life.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you had to make this turkey. I thought it like you picked it up and it was ready.
Oh, no. You got to bake it.
I didn't know that.
That's a big ass turkey, girl.
Oh, I think it's only like $40 too.
It's not bad. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're talking about which coaches. This show's all over the place. We're talking about which coaches.
Well, that's what happens as we get towards the end of the year. Like here in 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be like, all right, we got 4 games to talk about, and
Senioritis is kind of set in. But yeah, Brian Daboll. 3 weeks ago, I was like, oh, they're not going to fire him. But now I think they're going to fire him. I think they're going to tear that shit up
Clean
from the
house.
studs. Yep. Especially, I mean, if Saquon goes on to win MVP and Daniel Jones wins a Super Bowl or some shit with the Vikings.
Wait, they're going to be feeling that in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think the Saquon's going to hurt more.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
Because they weren't going to do nothing.
I know that the Lions are still really good.
The Lions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, that was...
But half their roster is now hurt.
Yeah.
And the Eagles are catching on fire at the right time. Like, I don't think they'd be a good matchup for each other.
Also, I mean, now, if they end up having the same schedule, the Lions still get seeded over the Eagles. You need a better schedule than them to take the 1 seed from them.
Wait, but who has the Lions played? Besides Green Bay twice.
Well, they're about to play Buffalo.
They're about to play Buffalo. They beat the Vikings.
We beat tough teams.
Yeah, I'm not saying you didn't.
Yeah. I just think
we're a better team than the Lions, though.
I'm going to pull up their schedule.
I just think that it's not a good matchup for the Lions right now. I think isn't Tampa the only team that beat both you guys?
Yep. Tampa's the only team that has beaten both the Lions.
And look at Tampa, they in first place. That's some bitch shit.
I thought they were dead. I remember saying
and look at
that.
them now.
Yeah.
But they're not out of it. I mean, wait, who's in that division again?
The Falcons.
Tampa, Falcons.
Falcons might start Michael Penix.
They should.
Because Kirk Cousins is
Tampa, Penix will rise up.
Tampa, Falcons, Saints.
And then Bryce Young.
So the Lions have played the Packers twice. They beat the Texans.
Which I don't think that should be noted on anybody's schedule. But go ahead.
They beat the Rams.
Is that a really good team, though?
Yeah.
The Rams just beat the Bills. Yeah.
They beat the Cardinals, which is like a mid team. They beat the Seahawks, which is a good team. They beat the Cowboys, who are bad. They beat the Vikings, who are good. They beat the Titans, who are bad. They beat the Packers. The Texans, who are good. The Jags, who are bad. The Colts, who are mid. The Bears, who are bad. I think their schedule hasn't been cake. They actually,
But they have been lucky that their division this year has been more competitive compared to last year.
Their division's really good.
It's really good.
Best division in football.
I can't take anything away from Green Bay because I think that Green Bay, outside of the Lions, are a legit team.
Yeah,
Same
they
thing
are.
with Minnesota. They are a legit team.
Both those teams are going to make the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. Their whole division's going to make the
Except the Bears.
Except the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears
but they're
are
going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I just think that our team, outside of the offense, I think our defense is legit.
Oh, it is.
Like, truly legit. And I think that it could slow down the Lions.
Your corner sacked King Henry.
Oh, yeah. The only
He did get exposed a little bit this game. Because Adam Thielen was...
The only issue, I think, because the Lions...
Wait, your white quarterback got exposed by a white wide receiver?
He did.
White on white crime.
White on white crime.
Sound like Orson Welles?
Is this a Bosa situation where you throw a white quarterback in front of Bosa? It's like, I can't try as hard.
MAGA. But, yeah, go ahead. What you
I think...
Cooper DeJean's weakness is wide receivers.
I think the Lions... I think the Lions have the best offense in the league, and I think the Eagles' defense is very good.
Better hope you don't play the fucking Rams then.
Because the Lions, their offense is very multifaceted. Yeah. They can beat you with they have two very good running backs. They have a great wide receiver. They have a great tight end. And I know TJ's not here. Jared Goff has been awesome this year. He's had one shitty game that they still won.
Yeah.
He's been really good this year. Yeah. He's in the MVP, like, running.
I hope he does. Well, I hope he doesn't get MVP.
If he beats the Bills, I bet he...
That's going to be a good game to me.
I bet he leapfrogs Josh Allen for MVP if he beats the Bills.
Yeah, I think so. But I think the Bills are going to be like, we saw what we did with the Rams. We should have beat the Rams. We're definitely going to beat
Great teams don't usually lose 2 in a row. That's my only...
And Josh Allen went crazy this game.
Yeah.
He was the
5 touchdowns?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters because it's fantasy football, but I think he's the first player ever as a quarterback to score 58 points.
Yeah.
As a fantasy football player.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that game's going to be really good, but man, the Lions, they find ways to win. I mean, ever since that Bucks game, I think they've looked like consistently the best. And the fact that they're smart like that.
Except for one game.
What game?
And that was Chicago. They didn't look.
I attribute that to a short week.
Fair, but Chicago looked kind of decent. I mean,
they looked decent in the second half.
Yeah, besides
the first
clock
half,
management,
they looked, like,
terrible. Yeah. That's why I agree with you.
Yeah,
but outside of that game, I actually thought Green Bay was going to beat them.
I did not.
You don't trust Jordan Love?
No, I just believe in the Lions. Mm-hmm. And then it was like I was waffling a little bit before the game started, but then I saw the Lions game plan, and I did want to talk a little bit about this because people were questioning why are they going for it on 4th down so much.
He was the first coach to go for it at 4th and 1 within field goal range. And a minute left in the game. That has never happened in the history of the NFL.
Because, their defense is beat to shit. So the fact that the Packers only lost by 3, and I think they had like 45 snaps to the Lions 71, tells you exactly why he did what he did. Yeah. I mean, the only issue I had with it, the last one he did, I was like, I would have kicked the field goal there.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely kicked the field goal there. Where Jared Goff fucking tripped because he got stepped on by his own guard.
Yeah.
I would have kicked the field goal there. And the one where he was that deep in his own territory, I just hated the play call there. I hate pitching it backwards when it's 4th and 1 because right away you're turning it into 4th and 6 by doing that. And I think that's so dumb. Those were the only 2 times he did it, where one of them I was like, I probably would have just kicked the field goal. And the other one I was like, I would have gone for it there just because, considering the state of your defense. But I hate that play call. I think Ben Johnson's trying to be cute.
Too cute.
Too cute. Like there are times where Ben Johnson gives me Kyle Shanahan vibes. and that I don't appreciate that. So I'm glad Dan Campbell is there just to be the identity of that team, because otherwise I think they'd be too cute and give away big leads, which they almost did against the Bears, to your point on Thanksgiving. But I do believe in that team, and I think they're going to be healthier going forward. With all the, I mean, they can't get any more beat up than they are now, at least on defense. So I think Eagles, Lions. Do you play them?
No.
In the regular season, you don't. Okay.
We're 1-0 against them though.
When?
I think it's the year we went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're okay.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, Bills, Lions. I mean, we'll get to them. I guess.
I give that to the Bills.
I don't know, man. I think Dan Campbell's a better coach than Sean McDermott.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's playing. Both quarterbacks are playing lights out. But I just think that.
Well, we got Pickems. We can talk about that a little bit later. Yeah. But the next topic was actually requested by the audience. I haven't not seen this clip before.
Okay.
Ever. Sam brought it up a little bit as we were talking in the pre-show, but yeah, I've never seen it. I have no idea what's going on outside of Brett Favre getting in somebody's face.
Oh yeah.
You told me that a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm gonna get my sack back. I'm gonna get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You
What?
hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We gotta get back to this, Brett.
Oh, was that the former sack record holder before? What's his name?
Former NFL sack king confronts Brett Favre in an extremely uncomfortable exchange. Back in 2001, Michael Strahan controversially sacked Brett Favre to break the NFL's single-season sack record. It's controversial because many believe Favre took a dive on purpose so Strahan could get the sack and break the record on the final game of the season. He broke Mark Gastineau's record, which stood since 1984 up to that point. Gastineau has since held a grudge over Brett Favre, as he believes if he didn't intentionally take a fall, he'd still hold the sack record and have a stronger bid to be in the Hall of Fame. Gastineau confronted Favre after all these years, and appears he actually wanted to sack Favre himself right then and there.
I'm gonna get my sack back. I'm gonna get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Sounds like
Gonna get my sack back. Sam.
sorry.
So yeah, that's awkward.
So we were talking about before this. I had not seen the clip that I was like, oh, Brett Favre was one of the few people that like I thought was really cool because he's the of the '90s quarterbacks. He's the quintessential gunslinger quarterback.
Oh yeah, he's Patrick Mahomes' favorite player.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said in the pre-show, I was like, oh yeah, and not a fan. Out of all the heroes I had as a child, this is the first one that I was like, yeah, that's a bad person.
Yeah, he's kind of a shit heel. Stole from a lot of poor people.
Did not expect him to kind of be the good guy in this interaction.
I mean,
not good, but
he handled that about as well as anyone could hope to handle that.
Yeah,
that's a dicey situation to be in. That's awkward as fuck.
I want my sacks back. So, but like, what did he expect Brett Favre to do in that situation? Michael Strahan was right in his face, about to pop the dog shit out of him. What you want him to do?
Well, that was 2001. Yeah, so that was at the tail end of Brett Favre's career. He was pretty big on I'm just gonna lay down so you don't hurt me kind of thing, because he was not mobile at all.
No. When you see that play, like. Michael Strahan's right there. So,
what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
So this has been sitting on your mind since then?
Michael Strahan was getting that sack.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You hugged Michael Strahan in that time. Think about that. You hugged him and thinking that, man, this nigga done beat my record. And now you held that in for how long? Just so you can have an opportunity to say, I want my sack back? Shut up, dude. Shut up. Right off into the sunset. Be quiet.
He might have Alzheimer's.
Right off into your mind.
100% has Alzheimer's.
Oh.
Yeah. Just go away. Just go away. Live your best life, my man.
You should probably be.
I didn't know that he held the record for a long time, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame though. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
but, I mean, he's so. This sounds fucked up, but he's so damaged in the head that it doesn't matter for him at this point. I mean, he should be.
He's in the Hall of Fame, is he not?
No, he's not. Gastineau is not.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's what I just thought.
Yeah.
Is Michael Strahan in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's first ballot, is he not?
Yeah.
Is he already in?
I think Michael Strahan's already in.
Let me see.
I mean, anyone who's ever held the record for sacks for an extended period of time should be in the Hall of Fame.
Automatic, first ballot.
Yeah, he was inducted in 2014.
Yeah.
That is such a weird story.
That is weird. Ugh, that's awkward.
Gastineau has never reached the semifinal stage in the Hall of Fame voting.
That's ridiculous.
But Lawrence Taylor's in there?
4-time first-team All-Pro, 5-team Pro.
And how much
But that ain't Brett Favre's fault.
Wait!
And don't make me defend Brett Favre.
Yeah, I didn't expect to at all.
Brett
That's
Favre.
not,
I mean, yeah, I understand him being upset, but like that's not Brett Favre's fault. Brett Favre is about to get lit up.
He don't realize that, but maybe
Yeah.
it is Alzheimer's that's doing that. But I'm not contributing that.
Dude, Lawrence Taylor has been in there since 1999.
Shit.
Whoever
You know
asked.
how much booger sugar Lawrence Taylor has done? This motherfucker in the Hall of Fame. He's just shit. How did Lawrence Taylor get in there before Gastineau did?
Super Bowl champions. That's why. Those Super Bowls matter a lot, I guess. Like, I don't think Romo's gonna get in ever.
Nor should he.
What did he?
Why do you think Romo should be in the Hall of Fame?
He was probably one of the best quarterbacks of that era.
You have to say probably in front of that, though, man. Like,
Well, yeah, because it's an opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
I mean, who are the other quarterbacks in his era?
In that era, it would probably be Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers better.
Flacco.
Flacco's better.
Brady for sure is
Brady's
better. And then, I mean, I don't know outside of Romo who was in. Ben.
Big Ben's better. Name 5 quarterbacks better than him.
Well, we were up to 7, so.
So yeah, he ain't getting in there. I know you love Romo.
I do, but
I don't understand why. But I'm not gonna judge.
I like
loud.
gunslingers.
I like people who win. I like winners.
He won a bit. I wouldn't say won at all. But Patrick Mahomes is like a good gunslinger.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Flacco's a good gunslinger.
Flacco's a good gunslinger.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Flacco's going to go to the Hall of Fame?
The Super Bowl is going to get him in.
I think he should go in.
Yeah.
That postseason run was incredible.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah. You're on the fence with Flacco? That's fair, too, because he's had some rough years.
He got a Super Bowl and a Comeback Player of the Year award.
Yeah, and a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So
that may help.
Eli should get in.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've heard a lot of people angry about and people just mentioning Eli can get in.
That's ridiculous. He absolutely should get in.
Man, yeah, 2 Super Bowls.
He has 2 Super Bowls. That should get him in, really.
And 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Eli, that's another quarterback from the Romo era.
Better than Romo.
I don't know about that one.
Show me Romo's rings. Romo looks like shit, by the way. He looks like he drinks way too much tequila.
Yeah, dude, he's a fat golfer now.
He's got fat drunk face, man. Looks like if I poked it with a thumbtack, liquor would pour out. Half-inflated balloon full of booze.
Oh, shit.
What would you do if you retired with millions in your bank account? That's what I would do.
I'd disappear. Never see me again. I'd live my life with my friends. I mean, I'd see you guys because we're friends, but and no one would ever see me again. Like, no one in public would know who I was. I would live
relatively off the map.
I would live like right at my means, not buying stupid shit.
Was it Dave Chappelle that bought a house or like a little ranch area in Cleveland kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a smart investment for someone who has $50 million.
Yeah.
Or he's got more than that, but yeah. Buy a nice house, nice plot of land, and then just chill out. Something that it grows in value over time. Not buying 50 fucking cars like Jay Leno. That's stupid.
And then falling down.
I was gonna say, I wonder how he's doing. Now he tripped in Pittsburgh and busted his face up.
I like that everybody doubted it. Like everybody, there was a conspiracy theory out there for a little bit that the mob got him, and then somebody flew a drone over where he said he fell, and I was like, yeah, that's really steep.
I heard it was in Pittsburgh, I was like, yeah. You've been there. It's really hilly. Like you take a tumble in Pittsburgh.
That's your ass.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a lot of fun in Pittsburgh. It has a lot of murals for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Because people won't clean them up.
There's a mural of Magneto, don't you know?
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
I need to go see that. Because we're going to Pittsburgh next week. We're going to visit my sister there.
Magneto mural, Pittsburgh. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. And then I stayed at a hotel that right outside of it, there was a mural of, I forgot what the name of it. He's some sort of horror icon that did he's done a lot of horror work, like effects and stuff like that, but I don't know his name. Mural, Pittsburgh. Yeah, this one. That was right outside of the hotel I was at.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't remember his name. Jeremy Renner. Okay. Nope, not that. He painted the mural. Jeremy Raymer. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's Tom Savini. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's in From Dusk to Dawn. That's all I remember him. But yeah. Yeah, Pittsburgh has a lot of murals. It's really dope. And they had... No, it was Captain Crunch pancakes or some shit like that.
Oh, I remember you telling me about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to ask my sister if she knows of good places. Yeah. This Captain Crunch pancake place. Is that what that place is known for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Because I do always do something where like I'm going to a new city, I'm like blah 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 brunch, and then I figure out if it's worth going. I'll have it on the list, and then it'll just be like whether it pops up or not. Like when me and Jonah went to Philadelphia, like I had like 6 of those places on my list, and that was just kind of wherever we ended up at that time of the day.
Did you try their chipped ham there? The Isley's Chip Chopped Ham in Pittsburgh? Oh, next time you go, get that shit. It's essentially
it's a cheap place too. Like Pittsburgh was not
so cheap. You thought where'd you guys go together to see the college game?
Lubbock.
Lubbock.
Yeah,
it'd be like Lubbock prices, I would say.
Philly was like kind of like Lubbock prices. I felt like outside of the hotel.
Yeah,
which I didn't pay for, but still.
You get cocktails in Pittsburgh for like $6.
But yeah, I don't know. Do we have any other sports topics?
Was there anything else? I mean, the Bengals suck. Joe Burrow got his house broken into. I mean,
yeah, they thought it was you.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'd never break into a loser's house. And steal his fucking Captain Crunch uniform, whatever the fuck he wears before games. Dresses like he's on a cereal box, and I'm not talking Wheaties. Cocoa Puffs with Joe Burrow on them.
Is that a thing now? Houses being broken into?
There seems to be an influx of that, yeah.
It's the economy, bro. People just... It's Christmas time. People just want to sell Joe Burrow autographed footballs to make enough money to give everybody Christmas gifts.
You want to have football autographed by him?
I would take it.
I would not.
You sell it.
Let's see if the Mexcellence bank account has enough money to...
Nigga, y'all in the negative.
We might be able to get a football signed by Mac Jones.
This one's $1.
Oh. Oh, that's a little rich for our blood.
Plus $4.37 for shipping.
My mom just went like, what if Sam starts selling cans?
This one's $12.50. Look at that. $4. I can totally get you a Joe Burrow like autograph for Christmas.
I'll totally throw that in the trash.
I'll get you a Joe Burrow shirt.
No, I don't want that shit. No, that useless trash.
I didn't say wear. Well, I did say wear.
Burn it for warmth. It'll smell like garbage.
You can make it like a cat bed.
For your cat. I'll put it.
I don't even remember when the Bengals had an all-black jersey like this. That looks like a Browns jersey.
Well, the Browns actually won something way back in the day. The Bengals haven't won anything. ever.
Look.
Once. They won the first ever NFL game in Springfield.
Look at that. And to celebrate, you can get this Joe Burrow Smalls jersey for $42.99.
Yuck. Yuck.
It's a nice jersey.
Trash.
All right, guys, we'll be right back after a small commercial break.
It's the holiday season, holidays, so whoop-de-doo, and dickory-dock, make sure you shave your cock, 'cause we're coming down the chimney down. You said you want to be in on this? Everyone left, so you can technically be in on this.
Is that what they play during Song of the South?
No, that's not what they play during that. That is not what we're talking about. Let me try that again. Do not bring up the enterprises of the Disney Corporation or any other corporation.
They say when they throw you down the Brian Piss?
No. Just don't reference that. Yo, joke as much as you want. Just don't reference any other corporations or monetaries.
Got it.
That's. I mean, you're wearing a Philly shirt, but that's not. They're not. They don't sell ball shave stuff. So
got it.
You're fine. Just,
yes, sir.
Just refrain. Key, start the edit here. It's the holiday season, so whoop-de-doo, dickory-dock, and don't forget Shave your cock, cause we're coming down the chimney down.
Down.
That's close enough. Hi, everybody. It's the Manscaped Dad. Did you know that over 5 million people trust the fine folks at Manscaped with their balls? That is like 10 million, over 10 million balls, but give or take. But they do so much more. And here's the thing. I know, because I'm a hairy guy. Ooh. And they sponsor the living heck out of us. So, one, appreciate you, Manscaped. Thank you for being our longest and consistent sponsor to this show. And, of course, I want to thank the Chairman Pro for keeping me facial clean. Ooh. But this is the one I need to ship out. I will ship it out eventually. It's also being used for ads, so maybe you'll get it by the end of the Christmas. But here's the thing, folks. When we do giveaways, that's not the only way to get that sweet, sweet Manscaped in your hands. You can get that sweet, sweet Manscaped by going to manscaped.com, using coupon code MEX20. Well, you get 20% off every time. But guess what? It's the holiday season, like I said. So it's the holiday sale. 20% off the entire website and free shipping. Just be sure to use coupon code MEX20. Let them know that we sent you. Right, Jordan?
Whoop-de-doo.
What did you want to say about the fine folks at Manscaped or the products?
Man, your balls be smooth as shit.
I think they're cool with cussing. But that said, how do you get your balls smooth as shh? Not even a mouse. It's holiday season times. Not even a creature is stirring. And how do you do that? Well, you go to the staple. We weren't going to talk about it just this time. But the thing is, they gifted me the staple, and by golly, my balls is clean. Not are clean, is clean. Vernacular. So, that's the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Speaking of vernacular, been done had the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's great. And my favorite feature, honestly, because they give us these things to be like, to tell you the truth, the light. It comes with the light, dual tone. So like I use the white light because I'm already brown, but the brownish light might be good for if you have like a lighter skin tone. Okay. It gets contrast, so you're not just down in the nethers guessing. That's the last thing you want to do is guess. But that being said, pretty gentle on the blades in my personal experience. Interchangeable skin-safe foil and trimmer blade heads, waterproof. You got the one fixed-length comb, but you got 2 adjustable combs as well. Wireless charging capability, up to 60-minute runtime, lithium-ion battery, dual LED spotlight, like I said, constant RPMs or rotations per minute.
I like that.
That's the finest you can get in your body grooming. Talking about decking the balls. But, Chairman Pro, you can't even see it because I've used the beard hedger to keep my chin in order. But 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, skin-safe 4-blade foil, the skin-safe stubble trimmer.
What he said.
2 length setting stubble trimmer combs, waterproof with the FlexiJust technology, and the precision trimmer edge, and the precision lock.
It's exciting.
Travel lock.
Sexy.
Wireless charging compatible, and the USB-C.
I'm turned on.
Thank you. But the thing is, the travel lock keeps it from turning on. That's the whole point of a travel lock. See? So you got it's like you hold it, and then it's a travel lock.
I see what you did.
So you can't turn it on. That's the point. Anyway, go to manscaped.com. You see these fine things. Get it in time for the holidays. That means you got to act now. And use coupon code MEX20 to make sure that they know that you know that we know that we sent you to send them. And get the balls for yourself. Get the clean balls for your dad, for your grandpa, for your brother, and be like, hey, your balls are hairy. Fix it. Or, a little more courteous, hey, your face, the stubble's sexy. You want the right amount of stubble? Bam, Chairman Pro. Or any of the fine products. You want to know why my head's all fucked up, Jordan? We're cussing now. You want to know why my head's all jacked up, Jordan?
Why is it jacked up?
Because I left my dome shaver at my girlfriend's apartment.
Damn.
So now my dome is not shaved.
You slipping.
I am. It's bull squash.
Now you have to go to Gillette.
No, man. Man.
Now we have to go to Manscaped.
Key, edit that out. So, be sure to use coupon code MEX20. And don't forget your Dome Shaver Pro at your girlfriend's apartment. Your balls, your face, your head, and I. Well, thank you. We'll be right back after this further commercial break. No more commercial breaks? You never know. Manscaped.
We're back. I hope you guys enjoyed the Dick Clipper ad. I actually really like Manscaped. I don't have a need for the dome shaver. I'm the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it too, actually.
Well, you got the newer razor than the one I got.
That's right, yeah.
And now they have a newer razor, the Chairman Pro.
Oh, shit. All right. Is it more delicate on your balls?
I think this is a face razor.
Oh.
I don't really know. I don't do the ads no more. I'll do a deep dive into what the Chairman Pro is next week. Or whenever Sam leaves. But, Let me see if I can find... Because Jordan's still out and about.
Yeah.
He went to Albano. So I'm going to see if I can find the no, was it Fruity Pebbles pancakes?
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Try these.
Brunch. I found it. Didn't take me very long. I even got to rent a car when I was in Pittsburgh.
You rented a car while you were there? Let's see. Oh, yeah, that does look good.
We used to have fun. Now we can't.
I think that's it. Yeah, it was part of the Ritual House. Fruity Pebbles French Toast. That's what it is.
Okay. That does look pretty good.
It was really good. I think it's $35. That's actually the only thing that was super expensive. Like a bucket of Prosecco for $75. No, I don't do that.
Prosecco?
Yeah.
I heard you say that song in the South shit. Not Zippity Doo Dah. Not Uncle Remus shaving his balls. Oh, no.
And then Joey Bear randomly, Tommy's Fence.
Oh, no.
Well, my attaboy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Attaboy. Oh, I forgot.
You guys are talking about people that are in the MVP category. This guy's flying a little bit low since he came back. 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. Threw for 5 touchdowns, I think, this weekend. Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. He's gonna get a contract for sure, right? I mean,
Yeah, he probably his performance this weekend probably earned him another $5 million.
We talked about that. About if Sam Darnold does well for the rest of the season, where does that leave J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I've heard people say they should franchise tag him and then try to trade him, but
J.J. McCarthy?
No, Sam Darnold.
I think you should keep him.
Yeah, I think they should keep him too.
J.J. McCarthy's on that baby contract for 4 more years.
Exactly.
He can learn.
He's making less than Brock Purdy right now.
I think somehow the Packers always end up in this situation where they're right about when to let. Maybe they hang on a little too long with Favre and Rodgers, but
maybe a smidge. But even then, it's
it's barely.
Yeah, right. Like that. I'm jealous of how they were just like, all right, get out of here. I wish the Steelers did sooner with Big Ben, because he looked like shit. Beyond being a shitty person.
Well, who's you guys' attaboy?
I mean, mine is a first for a show. I don't have that a boy. I have that a girl. I have Lisa Simpson for fucking torching the Dallas Cowboys multiple times. I think we got highlights of that.
We do.
Yeah. And
I think was it her or Bart that broke Homer Simpson's?
Oh no, it was Lisa. Lisa fucking juked the shit out of Homer. Broke that fat man's ankles.
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, look at this shit.
40-yard line, so Bart will throw.
Whoop! She is gone. She's fast as hell, dude. Torching the Cowboys.
Can that be made into a game?
Yeah, for sure. That's the same technology. They just replaced the characters as Andy's room last year, for sure.
I would definitely make that a game. I think that would actually sell out.
Simpsons backyard football would be pretty cool.
legit.
Or Simpsons
They
NBA
need
Street.
to do it before all the voice actors retire.
Man, we were talking about this. They need to recast a lot of those characters.
Oh, for sure.
They sound so old.
Dead?
Yeah. Like, Julie Kavner is like, she's got to be like 80 something.
Is that Bart?
No, that's Marge.
Oh.
I mean, it's a smaller list of characters that sound pretty much the same. Then they do different. Like Lisa sounds pretty much the same.
I actually wasn't a big fan of the Simpsons having the like they had already set up that if someone dies or passes away, they'd never recast the voice actors for the most part.
Oh, that's so stupid.
That's why we lost Hans Moleman.
Hans Moleman's voice actor's still alive.
Oh, the Troy McClure. Sorry.
Oh, well, that one I get because like
was he canceled?
Oh no, Phil Hartman died. He was murdered by his wife.
I didn't know that actually.
You didn't know that about Phil Hartman? Oh no,
I didn't know that.
Goddamn, the way you said it.
No, his wife. I mean, it's a really sad story because his wife was a drug addict who relapsed.
Thank you, Andy Dick.
Yeah, exactly. She did a bunch of cocaine due to being reintroduced to it through Andy Dick and murder.
Now Andy Dick and Hunter Biden have something in common. Getting other friends' wives addicted to drugs.
And she murdered Phil Hartman and their kids, and then killed herself.
Oh fuck!
Isn't that kind of like what's that wrestler's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit killed his wife and his kid.
Yeah.
Like so.
With a bow flags.
Like Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz. Like I get it, just because I mean Phil Hartman was some of those characters, but other characters like, I mean.
I know they recast the Doctor because somebody finally made like the argument that it's like, well, he should be black.
Which is, I think that's a stupid argument. I think it's so dumb to cast a cartoon with only people that resemble characters from the cartoon.
Did they just write Apu off?
I have not seen Apu since that whole thing started.
Yeah.
Like I understand because. This is a different conversation, but when that whole thing was going, it's like, this isn't solving the problem, right? The problem is black voice actors aren't being given opportunities that white voice actors are.
Yeah.
Trying to pigeonhole black voice actors as black characters is stupid as shit.
It's reverse segregating.
It's so dumb. It's like, so a black voice actor can't voice a white character? Phil Lamar voices Samurai Jack. Like
he voiced a lot of
non-black characters. Yeah, that whole argument is dumb. Like,
so the chat is bringing up that Apu's just a background character, no voice.
Oh, so they essentially took him out of the show.
Yeah,
basically a character in Thriller.
Essentially backfired. There's like that whole thing was stupid too, because I mean, The Simpsons making fun of people. How dare they? Also, like Apu was never Apu was never a character that felt like that was the joke with him.
No,
Apu was a pretty well-defined character.
Very.
Yeah, so that whole thing was dumb.
He owned his own business. I mean,
yeah, he did.
He owned his own business, had like a degree from MIT.
He's one of the smarter characters on the show.
Yeah.
Like I would argue that Homer's a much more negative stereotype, or Chief Wiggum.
Chief Wiggum for sure.
Yeah. So like that whole thing was dumb, and that whole voice actor thing, because like I've done voice work before.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, I was like, you're missing the point here, because like the topic should be, hey, more voice actors who are non-white should be getting more roles.
Yeah.
That's the issue, not like, oh well,
only black voice actors should play black characters.
It's so,
and it's just like, what is this?
It's so stupid, so dumb. You're denying people work by doing that.
Meanwhile, Catwoman's black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commissioner Gordon's black. It's like, yeah, y'all really listened to each other, did you not? Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, the voice actor who voiced Cleveland, he's no longer Cleveland anymore.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He like was one of the, I think he's like the showrunner on the Cleveland show too.
Jenny Slay's
girl. I saw a really funny argument on Twitter because Family Guy has been going on for so long that they just made Meg and what's the name of Peter's wife?
Lois.
Yeah, they made them black, and they were like, "Oh man, it would be great if we had a black Family Guy."
Oh man.
And there was just some like old farts like us being like, yeah, the Cleveland show happened.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think the Cleveland show's still around.
I don't know if it is.
Oh, is it over? I mean, it lasted a while.
It did.
Yeah.
I just don't know. JJ was lecturing me on like American Dad, like the original writers are all gone. Like it's a completely new writing staff. It's on TBS, completely different from what it was when it started on Fox.
And it's still going.
Yeah. I don't know about the Cleveland show. I think Family Guy is also completely new staff. I would imagine the girl that voices Meg probably is never there.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Yeah, is she still voicing Meg?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, you don't want to give up that. That's an easy ass paycheck. Right. That character says like 6 lines an episode. Get paid $200,000 for 30 minutes worth of work.
Oh, they changed it.
Oh, okay. With another actress no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
That was mean. Sorry. I apologize.
I mean, maybe she did cool stuff.
But yeah, that whole voice actor thing is like, that was one of the most egregious examples of virtue signaling I've seen in recent memory, where it's just like, this isn't fixing the problem at all. You're actually creating a problem. You're denying people work based off the color of their skin. It's like, anyway.
Snow White thing with the dwarves.
Oh, that was kind of Peter Dinklage. He compared casting dwarves in the live action Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to blackface.
Yeah.
Which is not what that is at all. Not at all.
That's not a good comparison.
No, that's a terrible comparison. And then I think it was Wee Man who was like, hey, he just denied a lot of people work.
Wee Man and Hornswoggle from WWE. We had this discussion on the last podcast.
That's right.
Because the trailer had just come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're dwarf actors. They're like, what the fuck? I could have gotten that part.
I was so confused because I kept calling them gnomes, and Sam was like, they're not gnomes, they're dwarves.
That cracked me up when you told me that story. They're not gnomes. People like you are the problem, Mark.
They got little gnome hats.
It's dwarvish attire.
No, dwarvish attire is chainmail and axes.
Oh, man. That's a negative stereotype that all dwarves drink and fight with axes and are looking for orcs to kill and maim. It's a negative stereotype. They've worked very hard to get past that. Damn, man.
If you were a dwarf, would you rather like work in a mine or slay orcs? Like, it's pretty obvious what I would pick.
I would rather work in a mine. I don't
With 6 other dudes?
Yeah.
Slay orcs? Look, if I'm a dwarf, they already have the height advantage. I don't want to be fighting anyone. Reach in boxing is a thing. It's certainly a thing with
That's
axe
why you got
play.
an axe. It evens it out.
You think the orc doesn't have an axe? I'm at a huge disadvantage here. I would rather just lug shit for a living than fight people who could easily kick my ass.
Gimli took down a lot.
Gimli's different. Gimli's built different. He also, I mean, he had like tall people helping him a lot. People are gonna be like, that's fucked up. People are gonna say that I'm being heightist.
Yes.
No, so Gimli couldn't have done that by himself? I'll say it, no. He literally gets his life saved by the Fellowship throughout the movie. They save each other. So
Baby Gangsta's bringing up a good problem. Like, oh, those 7 dwarves are going to have asbestos, though.
Yeah, got those little lungs. Fill up fast.
On to my take a laugh.
Yeah. Did you have that boy, Jordan?
Oh, Josh Allen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll take Kadarius Toney. I don't know how he still has a job, really.
He doesn't. He got cut. Didn't he get cut?
I don't know if he did.
I think he did. I think the Browns were like, yeah, you need to go.
He did that bad, huh?
Yeah.
He's the reason. I think he's the reason the Steelers won.
He helped us quite a bit.
Oh, really?
He got a unsportsmanlike.
Oh, they cut him.
Yeah. They got an unsportsmanlike after catching a punt, and then he fucked up the final punt of the game where he touched the ball but didn't catch it, so we recovered it. So we got great field position and won the game.
You sure he played for the Browns? You sure he didn't play for the Dallas Cowboys?
He played for the Chiefs last year, I think, and won a Super Bowl. Yeah, this was the play. Whoops.
Is he a wide receiver?
Not anymore. Now
he's trying to catch a punt.
Now he's Kadarius ass on the couch Tony. friends with Zion. I just made that up. No, I'm not. Kadarius Toney's just got bad hands.
For a wide receiver, that's your job.
Yeah. Obviously. A Super Bowl winning wide receiver. Caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl, I believe.
With the Ravens?
No, with the Chiefs.
Oh, shit.
Last year, yeah.
Sean McDermott, particularly. Oh, man. Might take a lap. I mean, Kadarius Toney's a good one. Man, I got to go with Millhouse. Millhouse really screwed the pooch. When you can't, he's incapable of being on the field and his team being successful. Those are mutually exclusive things. You can't have that. You can't have that in the NFL. You can't have the whole team take a dive because you're out there. Everything's not coming up Millhouse.
Jordan?
My take a lap is going to be number 27 for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, how do you?
Oh man, yeah.
Only the Cowboys could block a punt, and it'd be a bad thing.
Jeez, like, why did you touch that, man? Let it go.
Oh, I want to piggyback. Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Bitch made. Take a lap.
We should have known that.
Cry on your podcast.
He will.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably next week.
Like an old slave. I can't.
He'll be helping Tommy paint fences soon enough.
It's odd because he talks shit about his own coach.
Yep.
And then didn't want to shake nobody's hand. And I'm just thinking, who does that, man?
Yeah.
You wear that C because you are the captain of that team.
Yep.
You are not representing what a captain should be on a team. I don't think you should be captain next year if you're back on the Dallas Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys need to fucking clean shop.
I think so too. I would shop everybody.
Even Dak?
Especially Dak.
Dak probably has a no trade clause because he had that in his last contract.
I wouldn't trade Dak or CD.
Here, I know he has a no trade clause, but if they made it clear they wanted to replace him, he's gonna want to be traded. He's not going to want to stick around.
Absolutely.
So that no trade clause, I mean, it only would get it's only so far. You know what I mean? All the Cowboys have to do is to create an environment that he doesn't want to be in, which they could easily do by saying, "We're going to get a quarterback that we think will replace you in the future, and we're going to get him for cheap." Still don't want to be traded.
I'm late as fuck to the stream, but sign Lisa Simpson to the Texans
she,
now.
She was my that-a-girl this week, man. But Micah he has a C on his chest. Know what it stands for? Crybaby.
Oh, I thought you was about to say cunt.
I was going to say cunt, but I was like, that's a little too crass. And crybaby sounds more childish because he's acting like a child.
Crack of the year.
No, he has not earned that honor. That goes to that young girl that got kicked in the chest by those Bills fans who beat cancer only to get a boot in the chest. That poor girl.
Like 300.
This is Buffalo.
I'm trying to find
that can absolutely be traded. I think Russell Wilson had a no trade clause at one point, and they just cut his ass.
I don't know the name of this player, but he looked drunk out there.
Oh yeah, I did see this highlight or low light, I should say. Yeah, Justin Jefferson's like, that's the easiest touchdown I've ever.
Oh man. Whoop. Bye.
Yeah, they can just cut him. Like, I mean, it's a huge cap hit, but
it is what it is.
It's one of those things where is he going to get you where you need to go?
Dak?
Yeah. No, not at this point. He's too.
The Cowboys have so many problems. I don't know if Dak is even like top 5.
You don't think so? I don't think he's the number one problem, but I think he's absolutely a big one.
Number 1 is no run game.
That's easily remedied.
Number 2 is, I mean, I think McCarthy has 100% let that culture slip into disarray. Like, there's no leadership anymore.
Man,
your job as the head, because you don't call plays. Your job, you're not supposed to call plays.
Mike McCarthy does call plays.
He does call plays.
Yeah.
But your job as a head coach is to promote the culture of winning.
But no coach is going to be able to cultivate a culture there with Jerry Jones. The players go and complain to Jerry Jones when things don't go their way. Can you imagine any other team doing that?
No.
Bro's gonna be on the Hong Kong Stallions by Thursday.
No. The Shanghai Sharks. He's got standards.
Dude, if the Hong Kong Stallions are a jersey, I want it.
Is that a thing? Is that
no?
That's a shame.
I did learn today, like, because I've not paid attention to SMU ever, that their mascot is a little horse.
Nah, but
it's like little Sebastian.
Like my problem with Dak, it's not even like, it's not his attitude or anything like that. It's just that he has taken a huge decline.
Yeah.
I mean, and his hamstring being ripped off the bone, like, that's not good.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's that much of a decline because look what he did last year.
But this was before, he didn't get his hamstring ripped off the bone.
True. But he still looked good last year. I mean, I think this is a...
Look at SMU's little pony.
Nah.
Little Sebastian.
I think it's very... I think it's very close to what Kirk Cousins is. Right. Like I think Dak is closer to that than people want to admit. Because Kirk looked really good at the start of the season, and then TJ and I were talking about it. That last game against the Bucs that they played, or where that was like he looked incredible and threw for 500 yards. That was it.
Yeah.
Like after that, he was like, "I'm done. I used up everything,
all
every
my
ounce,
strength.
Yeah, every ounce of juice in the tank is
The
out."
chat is running away with this whole story. He's going to be working at Denny's soon.
Come on.
A Mike McCarthy mega scrambler would go crazy, though.
Dude, that sounds like something you get at the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas. The Mike McCarthy mega scrambler.
Sounds good.
You get your picture on the wall, and they pay for your tombstone.
It's got to have ham and bacon on it for sure.
Oh yeah, and you have to order it like this with the menu covering your face. But yeah, people.
Was it Dan Campbell that they got? Somebody took a picture like in front of all the play calling, and they were like, "Well, if we lose because of that, we shouldn't win anyway."
Yes, I love that response. Man, I fucking love that guy. Like that response was great.
See, that's an example of a head. I don't even know if he calls plays, but that's an example of a head coach that has created a culture of winning.
100%. My point is, Dan Campbell would not be able to do the things he does in Dallas with Jerry Jones there. I think Jerry's the number one problem. But
the biggest problem.
He neuters every head coach, like that. He just does. So I think Mike McCarthy gets dumped on too much because he's fat and slovenly. Yes, he's fun to laugh at. He looks like he's ordering at Denny's when he's calling plays. I get it. I make those jokes too. It's funny. The man has won a Super Bowl. He's had 3 12-win seasons with this team. People treat him like he's like a gum on the bottom of their shoe. And like, no, he's a pretty damn good coach.
I thought you were gonna say they treat him like Barney Gumble.
And yeah, that they do. They treat him like he's he's not that he's a better coach than most.
Okay.
All right. The other thing Dan Campbell said that I loved, I'm glad you reminded me of it. In addition to like if that's why we lose, we didn't deserve to win anyway.
Yeah.
Was when they asked him like, you went through it on like that last fourth down play. It was like really like ballsy.
Controversial. Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have done that. And his response was perfect. Where it's like, yeah, man, I think it's knowing our guys and our roster. I don't think it was as big of a risk as a lot of people thought it was. And I was like, that's a great answer. It's like everyone says it was a real gamble. It's like, no, it's not. Not with this team. It's not. And it's like that's a great answer. That guy, I fucking love that guy. When we were at where was it, the Tiki place?
Tiki Tetsuya.
In Tiki Tetsuya. I was telling Marcos, I was like, look, I am like average shape and I am lazy. And when I hear Dan Campbell talk, I want to run through brick walls. So I can only imagine what he does for professional athletes.
I'm still laughing at the chat. They went on their own tangent now. When Jerry goes to the heavens.
Yeah.
Jerry's going to mega hell.
Welcome to Jerry World. The Hell Edition. Super Mega Hell is pretty.
That's a video game I would play.
I would play Super Mega Hell. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to move on to Pickems.
Yeah.
First game, the Rams at the 49ers. I'm going to take the Rams after that performance this week.
The Niners beat the shit out of the Bears, but yeah. It's the Bears. Yeah, it's the Bears. So I'll take the Niners. Or excuse me, I'll take the Rams. Excuse me. Ugh.
So I'm gonna pick the Chiefs here on the Chiefs versus the Browns. I feel like the Browns are gonna find a way to win.
This is upset alert. I will also pick the Chiefs because I'm not a psychopath, but this has trap game written all over it. The Browns play teams close. They almost beat the Broncos. I mean, we beat the shit out of them, but so they're gonna be mad. And I think they do play hard for that coach. I think they like their coach, and they play hard for Jameis.
You gonna pick the Bengals over the Titans?
Man, this is a hard one. Yeah, I am. I picked the Cowboys, and I was feeling good, and I blocked that punt.
I just realized I gave Samantha the Bengals colored mic.
Get rid of that shit. Ugh. Yeah, I'll take the Bungles in this one.
The Commanders versus the Saints. I'll take the Commanders.
Commanders, yep. Derek Carr's in concussion protocol, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Taysom Hill is hurt.
Oh, they have no chance then. Taysom is that team's heart and soul.
Damn, I don't think I've seen the number 99 before. The Ravens versus the Giants, 99-1.
Yeah, if the Giants pulled this off, this would be
with Drew Lock.
This would be the funniest damn thing ever. But no, the Giants, that team's soul is broken. And the Ravens, they lost after going into their bye. I think they're going to come out of the bye really motivated. And this is a powder puff. They're going to beat the shit out of this team. I got Ravens by 40 points.
Yeah, this is my stone cold lock of the century.
Yeah,
of the week. I'll take the Cowboys over the Panthers. Sorry.
I will take the Panthers.
I'll take the Panthers.
I think the Panthers are playing like they've got something to play for, and the Cowboys, they're fucking up punts. And
Man, Joey Bear's bringing up a good idea. I want to look up how much it is, how much money I would make to bet on the Giants this weekend.
Oh man, I bet if you bet $10, you get
$2,000.
Yeah, something like that. A ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, that's tempting.
The Jets versus the Jaguars.
I'm going Jets.
You say Jags or Jets?
That both. The Jets are playing. Oh, I'm picking the Jets.
Oh, okay.
I think the Jets will beat.
What?
You can't pick both.
Yeah, I can't do both. I think the Jets will beat the Jags.
I'm gonna take the Jets in this one. They've just been playing really well lately.
Even though they lost, but yeah, they're better than the Jags. It's a low bar, but
the Dolphins versus the Tommies. I'll take the Tommies.
Yeah, I'll take the Tommies. They're building a new fence at that stadium, don't you?
Stupid.
The Colts versus the Broncos, the Peyton Manning game. I got to pick the Colts on this one.
I'm going to go with the Peyton Manning team. No, I'm going with the Broncos.
Damn, the Bills versus the Lions. That's a good-looking game there.
Yeah, that's not the night game? What the fuck? That should be the night game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we should meet up at 3:30 because this is another good game right after this. Yeah. I'll take the Lions for this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions.
And then the Eagles versus the Steelers. Look at that. You guys playing. Look at that. And you're both repping your teams over there.
That's true, yeah. I mean, Steelers. So you got to pick the Steelers.
Samantha, who are you picking on that one?
Why are you asking her? She just does shit to spite me when it comes to football.
So you think she's going to pick the Eagles?
Yes. I 100% think she's going to. Saquon looks really good. And we're stuck with Najee negative yards Harris.
What about that other running back that you have?
Warren, he's good. He's no fucking Saquon Barkley. Shit. My only hope is that A.J. Brown has lit that locker room ablaze. Which might happen. I'm glad you got a George Pickens of your own.
They should fight each other this weekend.
I think A.J. Brown would beat the shit out of George Pickens. A.J. Brown looks like he's 40 pounds heavier. But A.J. Brown's saying some goddamn foolishness. After a win, I want the ball more. Fuck you, you won. Don't say that shit to the press.
It's not a good win.
No, it's a win.
It's not a good win. When I said a good win against the Browns, I'm like, that's not a win.
What? It's not. It's the Browns, and they had a short week.
Right. So why can I say this is not a good win?
Because one, you beat them by more than a field goal.
So
the Steelers win a lot of games by field goals, as you will soon learn firsthand. but also, I mean, the Panthers are playing over their skis. Like we should mollywop the Browns. The Steelers also, Mike Tomlin's 19-0 against the Browns in Pittsburgh. That's like, so yeah, that's a given. We should beat the Browns. It's like when you beat whatever shitty team in your division. Like, yeah, we should fucking beat them. Also, we fumbled the ball with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That shit made me furious. And then Jameis did what Jameis does.
Throw picks.
Yep, threw a pick.
God don't like them.
God was like, I delivered you from pick sixes. Yeah. Didn't say shit about picks. The Lord delivered me from pick sixes. And God's like, I don't like the Browns. I don't know who God's favorite team is, but I'll tell you who it ain't, the Browns.
I would guess the Chiefs based on they won a Super Bowl with the dunk.
Yeah. Oh, that game, man. That doink.
I didn't even know that was possible. The doink it in.
Doink it in. I've seen it before. So when it doinked, I was like, it's probably going in. Knowing the fucking Chiefs, that's probably going to go in.
Yeah. Not working. I'll take the Cardinals over the Patriots. The Cardinals over the Patriots.
Yeah, I will too. I'm disappointed in the Cardinals as of late.
Same.
I thought they were looking really solid, and they've kind of fallen
I thought they would actually come back and win the division.
I thought they were. But yeah, I do think they'll beat the Patriots.
Damn, we're still at Sunday at 3:00. The Buccaneers versus the Chargers. I'll take the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks. This Chargers hype needs to stop.
They have the power of anime, don't you know?
Whoop-de-doo. I mean, their roster is they can't run the ball. They cannot run the ball, and Justin Herbert. He's looked kind of inconsistent to me.
He's been inconsistent.
He'll have one half where I'm like, this is the greatest quarterback in the league, and then other halves where I'm like, is that Mac Jones? Brother, turns into doo-doo butter out there.
Poo butt ass.
Poo butt ass.
Yeah, fucking.
I that damn clip. I was like, man.
I forgot. Oh, it was about the Jets, I think. Did I say about the Jets? It was like when they fucking lost in overtime.
Poo butt ass.
Poo butt ass.
I'll take the Packers over the Seahawks easily. Yeah. You are right. That is not an interesting Sunday night game compared to the other Sunday afternoon games.
They need to flex that shit, man. What the fuck is this? I'm not sure. I like the Seahawks, Packers. I'm leaning towards Packers, but I actually think the Seahawks have better wins this year. So I might switch to Seahawks. I don't know.
I like the name, Led McConkey. Somebody is saying that's the best receiver is their best receiver.
For who?
Oh, the Chiefs.
Oh. It's not Xavier Worthy.
He hasn't done much since the first game. He'll just catch a deep ball every once in a while.
I mean, that's more than most of their receivers. Right now, I'll pick Packers, but I might change.
Who was it? I saw a tweet that was hilarious because they got owned by Community Notes. I didn't even know if it was real. It was Debo. Not struggling at all. It just not getting the ball is what he tweeted out, and then Community Notes were like, he leaves the team and drops.
Yeah. He didn't say why he wasn't getting the ball. I'm doing fine. It's just my dumbass hands. Get mad at them.
Pick the Vikings over the Bears easily.
Yeah. Bears are trash. Dude. They didn't even get the interim coaching bump. They said the interim coach is like, sorry, I'm stuck with this shit show.
Man, Monday night it has 2 games, and they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, they need to flex one of these out. Falcons and Raiders. Brother, I don't know who to pick in this one, actually.
Well, the Raiders don't have a quarterback.
Falcons. I don't know if the Falcons have a quarterback.
Michael Penix.
I mean, yeah, if they play Michael Penix. Kirk Cousins has thrown no touchdowns in his last 4 games, I think.
And has a super mega contract that the Falcons are stuck with.
$100 million for another year.
Who's the second game?
I'm sorry?
Who's the second game on Monday? It was a doubleheader on Monday.
It's Falcons, Raiders. And
Bears, Vikings.
So who's the late night game on Sunday?
Seahawks, Packers. They should move.
Really, just 3:30 is what we need to watch. After that, just go watch Werewolves.
Because yeah, the Bills Lions should be a good game. Colts Broncos might be interesting. Yeah, Steelers Eagles should be good.
And we're healthy too on defense. Just letting you know that.
Even the Cardinals Patriots will be a fun game.
This is the healthiest the Steelers have been in a while. Actually,
You ain't got no Pickens.
He'll play.
He's doubtful.
Oh, we don't need him.
You're gonna need him.
You got AJ Brown.
You're gonna need him.
No, we don't need Pickens. Why? So honestly, he'd benefit you more.
That's why I say you're gonna need him.
Yeah, you're gonna getting unsportsmanlike penalties after catching open passes like an idiot. Fuck George Pickens. Trade his ass.
Oh my God.
George Pickens is about to fight Cooper DeJean this weekend.
Mm.
That actually might happen. Actually,
that could happen. That could very well happen.
The black community is on Cooper DeJean's side.
Well, yeah, because George Pickens is a crazy person.
With that said, guys, see you Thursday for Mas o Menos. Have a good night.